All right, yo, what up, everybody? Welcome to another Sunday edition of the Press Box presented by Players Choice. Got four horsemen with us today: Corey Parson, myself, Trey, Bama, Swipe. You already know how it's going down. Now, in a couple Sundays from now, when we go live on this show, we will actually be getting you ready, taking you up to kickoff of the upcoming games, getting your fantasy questions ready, getting your bets together. Whatever you got to talk about, we'll be right here to do it. Right now, we're setting up to that moment, and it cannot be the month of August without the NFL training camps. And it cannot be NFL training camp season without drama down in Big D. Yes, once again, the Dallas Cowboys are stealing the offseason. Now, they never steal the postseason. They bow out in the postseason, the Country Club Cowboys. But in the preseason, all eyes are on Jerry and his team because you see, Bama, you're wearing a Trayvon Diggs jersey, nice jersey, 2 stars, Thanksgiving type, fit, whatever. The problem with this is it's all about attention with the Dallas Cowboys. It's all about attention with Jerry Jones. You can all go all the way back to Emmitt Smith and his holdout, even though we knew how much that Dallas Cowboy offense needed him. Des Bryant, Tony Romo, you name it. Whoever's come through the door has told stories of the Dallas Cowboys playing with contracts to the last minute. Now, I don't believe nobody here believes that Micah Parsons is going to be traded before this season starts. That's not going to happen. Jerry Jones is going to string this out to the last minute swipe, and then he's going to give Micah Parsons a contract, making him the highest paid non-quarterback in NFL history. I do not believe that there is a trade scenario going down behind the scenes. He's the best player on the team. Last year, Swipe, if you remembered, Dak Prescott didn't sign his contract until Sunday morning of week 1. I don't know if Jerry's going to take it this far. He said, I would tell my fans, don't lose sleep over this. This is Jerry and the Cowboys being Jerry and the Cowboys, Swipe.
Yeah, I don't know about that not getting traded part. I feel like if a player outright says, I don't want to be here, and you disrespected me multiple times, and you underhanded me multiple times, and when we made somewhat of in your estimation, as the Cowboys front office, a back behind the scenes deal where apparently you thought I agreed to something when I told you explicitly that the only way you'll be agreeing with me with any kind of number is with my agent. And then you try to circumvent my agent because you don't feel like you want to deal with the powers that be. Remember, this is also the same Jerry Jones who didn't like to deal with certain agents for certain reasons with certain players because they knew that they were going to get the best money possible. So I think the idea that Jerry Jones and Stephen Jones, who honestly ain't no better, he might not be the one responsible for this, but you know what? Your father, that's your father and that's your boss. And so he's reflective of what you are as well. I think the leadership structure at the Cowboys is completely abysmal. I think that what's happened to Micah Parsons is abysmal. I think what's happened with Dak Prescott and CeeDee Lamb is nonsense. I think for you to get to this point now where you got, like I said, one of the 5 or 6 best defenders in the sport in this situation where they're having to go out here and risk their body, and you're telling me that, hey, you got hurt for 6 games last year. How do we know where you're going to be there? If we in a situation now where I'm continuing to show the only reason your defense is worth anything, Mina Kimes and others have posted the stat. The Dallas Cowboys, when he's on the
is not the gospel of football.
No. Respectfully, I think Mina Kimes is one of the 2 or 3 best people to do this in the business. That's just me. I think that when you look at the numbers they posted, Bill Barwell, for instance, they're top of the league when Mike is on the field. They're one of the worst. They're one of the worst in the NFL when he's not there. You look at the roster right now without him, Corey. They're horrible. So the idea
Dallas Cowboy player has ever been traded because of a contract dispute.
No, but that's fine. But I think when you get to this point, though, this is bigger than this is bigger than just football. This is bigger than just.
Oh, I hear that all the time. A couple years ago,
hold on, Corey.
It was bigger than football with the running back.
So
it's always bigger than football. With Le'Veon Bell, it was bigger than football.
Corey, no, we're not doing this arguing nonsense right now. I'm telling you, we're in a situation now where I have asked for a trade publicly because I feel disrespected and underhanded. And I think for Micah, this is a big deal. And so for the fact that and again, we're just doing professional, Corey. Look, I already have, Jerry Jones, the whole, shut up and don't kneel thing from 2016 to now. Jerry has tried to run his ship as tight as possible, and he does it the way he wants to do it. But if Micah is at the point where saying, I don't want to be a part of this system no more, and on top of that, I've given you opportunity, Corey. If you read what he said, I've been trying to work a deal out you since 2024. I didn't want to get to this point.
But this is not how Jerry and Steven play the game.
But
we
for
know this
you
going
to
into
try to circumvent my agent, when I told you explicitly that you will not be having a player to owner negotiation deal with me, and then for you to continue to do that, and now they're running out into the media talking about CeeDee Lamb had a bigger crowd last year, talking about I was hurt for 6 games. You don't know if I'm going to be here this year. All of that is good reason for Micah Parsons not to want to be there. Now, Corey, I'm not saying he will get traded, but I am saying that if I'm Micah Parsons, you better 100% believe that when I said I don't want to be here, I expect that you are going to try to work to move me.
Bama, he shows up to camp. He's in camp. He's around the team. You know it's going to get the deal done. This is posturing that takes place in every organization. Now, when it's a team with the star, obviously it means more. When it's a player of the caliber of Micah Parsons, obviously it means more. Lamar asked for a trade too. This is negotiation tactics, Bama.
Lamar, and what did Lamar get?
He got the richest deal. And what is Micah Parsons?
But he got tendered. And then what happened? We found out there was some collusion behind the scenes with the owners not wanting to give no first round picks for Lamar Jackson. And now think about all the teams that would be better with Lamar Jackson. Nobody offered for 2 first round picks for him. You get 2 first round picks for a receiver, for a corner. You didn't get Lamar Jackson last year. Think about if Lamar Jackson would have went anywhere, would have went to any one of these teams, the situation they will be in right now. So that had nothing to do, once again, with football. Owners behind the scenes work to limit the market for players. So, that's not even a great example for me because Lamar clearly should have been traded, but everybody was trying to act like he wasn't worth $250 million. It's Lamar Jackson. So that should, to me, Corey, should show you the NFL is an even shadier business than the NBA. Because the NFL, 100%. It doesn't matter who you are. The shield is the shield.
Exactly.
The shield
but that's
goes
why it's
before
the most popular
everybody.
Sport also. That's why it's the most popular sport. That's why they can sell their television rights for billions of dollars. No other sport can do that. And that's because of the shield. You know what I'm saying? Bam, let me hop in with your thoughts on this Micah Parsons thing. Is he going to get traded? I think it's ridiculous to think the Dallas Cowboys would trade him.
I mean, it's the Cowboys, though. Whatever is. Give me. So what you saying right now is logical thinking. Of course, we don't trade Micah Parsons, right? Anybody in their right mind wouldn't trade a top 5 edge rusher, bro. But when you got somebody like Jerry Jones, who has a power complex, I mean, you could also see them getting rid of him too, just to prove a point. Like I said last show, I told y'all I don't think Jerry Jones cares about winning. He just cares about turning the Dallas Cowboys into what that show everybody be watching, Love Island. That's pretty much what it is. It's the most popular
sports franchise.
But it's more context to that. It's not profit from football. It's profit from everything else besides football.
The money's still green.
Yeah, that's true. But when people say stuff like it's the most profitable franchise, people like me would think you tying that to football until you do your research and be like, oh, well, this shit is open year-round, concerts, monster truck derbies, whatever the case may be. If you want to come do something at Jerry Jones, they'll charge you a fee and they'll let you do it. It don't matter what it is. So when you think about it from that standpoint, again, it goes back to what I said. They don't care about winning because things like this, Swiper said it last show too, or a show or two before, you could have paid all of these guys, got ahead of all of this stuff and paid these guys. Dak, CD, as well as Micah Parsons, got ahead of it before he even got to this. So it getting to this just shows Jerry is just hell-bent on it being a soap opera. And that's not always going to fly with superstar players. Some guys like Micah Parsons really want to win. They go out there and the way they play, they put it on the line. And you can't say that it is no reason where for me, from watching the Cowboys, it's 2 guys. This dude jersey I got on and Micah Parsons. When they want their money, it's no reason you shouldn't pay them because your whole defense is predicated upon their success.
Going downhill since he's gotten paid.
I mean, I don't know. You could say that, but I just think the whole team is bad. It's a dumpster fire. There's no other pieces around to help that team look good. You see what I'm saying? Like outside of Micah Parsons and Diggs, that whole team is abysmal. They do stuff like where you need a quarterback, they draft 3 linebackers. Oh, you need a receiver, they go draft tight end.
Offensive line in the NFL.
I mean, that's what we hoping.
They got good receivers too, though. I mean, they got a good receiving core. Besides
now they have a good receiving core, but we talking about before then. Like, it was just a mid team. You got an owner who oversell you on the
team went 12-5 3 straight years in a row before last season.
Again, with the Cowboy fan nation, y'all bring up them rusty ass rings, right?
This is the 3 years before the past season where they went 12-5
at least
3 years in a row.
At least with the 49ers, even though they haven't won a Super Bowl since 1995, they flirt with it. They go to the NFC Championship. They go to the Super Bowl. The Cowboys fit whatever round that's it. That's it. Dak Prescott, been in the league 11 years? 2 playoff wins. That's ridiculous. That's ridiculous. That last game against the last 2 games against the 49ers in the playoffs. Unacceptable. Garbage. Trash.
That was
horrible.
That was next
horrible.
The game against it's Dak's fault, but I mean, Packers that eventually broke him. Trey, let me get you in right here. Does he get traded?
And honestly, I don't think so. I don't see Jerry Jones trading him. I don't think we see that too often. But I definitely think this is season altering though, because a player like Micah Parsons, when you go out and you say those type of things publicly like Jerry Jones did, that gets under a player's skin. Like, as a player, that gets it to your head. You know, that changes team chemistry. Like Micah, like he said, he doesn't want to play for the Cowboys anymore. That's what it is. And it's different. People try to compare it to Lamar Jackson or other trading situations. They came out publicly and said, I wanted to get traded. Micah Parsons came out publicly and said, I want to get traded from this team, and these are my reasons why I want to get traded from the team. He came out and publicly released like a 500-word statement on why he didn't want to play for the Cowboys anymore. So I don't see Jerry Jones trading him, but I definitely don't see Micah Parsons wanting to play for the Cowboys. And I definitely could see this stirring up some more drama. I mean, I could see probably a franchise tag maybe happening too, potentially. Crazy. But I definitely see this being game changing, and I also don't understand it. I don't understand why you wouldn't want to pay your best player on your team. But why would you not want to pay him early? Michael Parsons has been asking for this contract since the end of last season.
Jerry Jones does. This is the Cowboy way. Yes, it is dysfunctional, but it works.
Okay, well, I don't want to do it no more.
It works for Jerry. The bottom line, it works for Jerry.
But it haven't worked. It haven't benefited you in 27 years, Corey. Like, how many
in his pockets? It's like when people say, "Oh, you care about money more than winning." It's an NFL owner. Of course, he care about money more than winning. This is nothing that.
Okay, and then if Micah decides I don't want to do it anymore, and then here's also the other dumb thing about where the NFL is. As much as I love my sport, then they put all these things in place because the owners, because the way they think, like I said, they don't think on equal terms when it comes to these players. So now, if you don't do it, they fine you for not coming to training camp, $50,000 a day. And now they put it in the contract where that stuff is not refundable. So you out for however much money that is. And then if you don't play half the season, then you lose out on all different kinds of stipulations throughout your contract. So then you have to show up and play. And then if you do not like the deal they offer you, and they said, we're not going to offer you anymore, we can do one franchise tag, we can do another franchise tag, and then we can go about our business and just do whatever we do from there. Okay. So you're 7 years into your career in a dysfunctional situation. Like, that's crazy.
These things are collectively bargained, and the players have a seat at the table.
Yeah, we know what that's about, though.
Maybe if they would do more research into what they're signing instead of buying up all the tables, maybe it wouldn't be a situation like this. Is what I'm trying to say. Go ahead.
Most of the players don't make a lot of money.
If you don't like it, then don't sign it. What's up?
Yeah, most of the players don't make any money. So we know what that's about as well. Like, if you asked it, Patrick Mahomes and Aaron Rodgers, they would all be able to do it. But the problem is the 53rd to 41st player on the roster, they're not making over $1 million a year, whatever else it is. And you're paid, and most players, we know this, aren't great with their money. So they say, I can't afford a holdout. So they're going to sign whatever they decide. They said, look, we won't test you for marijuana anymore. So they're like, all right, cool. Long as that's not in the CBA, we can do whatever. You get a bigger share of the profit. Don't test us for weed, and then we're never going to get guaranteed money or guaranteed health care. I'm with you, Corey. Like, I think this should have been over. You're not going to give me, Corey. Von Miller, for instance, signed a 6-year, $120 million deal. He got the whole thing. And then the next deal he signed from the Bills was 6 years, $120 million.
Yep.
Just for context, They then cut him, 2 years into the deal because his production isn't where it needs to be. And I'm saying in the NFL, that's the only sport where you can be out here doing what you're doing, playing at this level, and then they can cut you 2 years, 3 years into a 5-year deal because your production's not there. But then when you want to argue on the other end, like Micah Parsons, hey, I deserve more money, or Trey Henderson, hey, I deserve a boost. I led the league in sacks last year. Why can't I get more guaranteed money? They're like, oh, well, we just ain't got it. So it is one of the worst situations in pro sport in terms of debating and trying to get a contract done for your player and to have those guaranteed monies. And then when you don't get things that work out your way, the NFL's allowed to franchise you multiple times.
And Kirk Cousins made almost $1 billion off of it.
But Kirk Cousins played it right. Kirk Cousins is mid enough, Corey. Like, he's good enough and mid enough at the same time to be able to have franchise tag, and then get a 3-year guaranteed, and then get another 4-year guaranteed. Like Tom Brady couldn't do that because Tom Brady is just worth, like, he is the best in the sport, so he just wasn't able to do that. Kirk found this perfect line. I'm good, but I'm mid. So they really don't care to keep franchise tagging me, and I can get 3 years guaranteed, and teams need quarterbacks. So he worked it out. But I'm saying that the issue is like Micah doesn't have a lot of power here. So to your point, I'm asking for a trade, but because of the NFL stipulations, I probably won't get one based on the things I'm allowed to do. But if I'm another team, like right now, Corey, I got a first and a second and an all-pro for Micah Parsons. Jerry turning that down?
Of course he's turning it down.
Yes, exactly, because it ain't about football, just like what you said.
Of course he's turning it down. He's turning it down because
swiping allude to your point, Tom Brady even said it out his mouth. He did not want to take those team-friendly deals. They left him with no option but to take those team-friendly deals because of the situation you just named. So,
and they was winning championships. Now the championships might not be won in Dallas, but the fiscal is good for Jerry Jones, so we know that. And at the end of it, when they kick the ball off to play the Philadelphia Eagles in a little over a month from now, Micah Parsons is going to be on the field as the highest paid defensive player to ever play, to highest paid non-quarterback to ever play the game. Does anybody doubt that?
I don't know. Corey, I really genuinely don't know. Like, to me, if you ask for a trade and then it gets this personal, then I'm saying like there should be an out, like somewhere there for the player, I think. But that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't know if he is going to be able to get that. But by the way, Micah Parsons, if people don't know, David Mayugeta, he's one of the best agents in the sport.
Yeah.
And this is not the first time, y'all, that Jerry has dealt with David. I don't think Jerry likes David personally. David,
none of them.
I could agree.
Because David gets he gets the biggest deals possible for his players, and he's black. I'm gonna say it. He's black. He's young. He's he's arrogant because he knows who he is. I mean, arrogant in a bad way either. I'm the best at what I do. So like, you're not gonna play with me. I genuinely think, man, that if because I was thinking about this Corey the other day. Literally, Nick Bonito made second team All Pro last year at 13.5 sacks last year. If I offered you Nick Bonito in a first round pick in a second, you turning that down for Micah Parsons when you can get a cheaper player who's damn near not as good, but in the realm of still elite. You
want to keep Cowboys.
I know, but that's what I'm saying. Like, that's dumb. Like, if you don't want him and you're worried about injuries, and then you need more assets to build a team.
Want him as posturing. They want him to be there. They drafted him. They brought him up through the system. He wanted to be there. He's going to be there. Trey, the win total is 7.5. You like the over or the under for the Dallas Cowboys this year?
If they, I got them with the over, regardless if they have Micah Parsons or not. But I don't think it's that far off. Even with Micah, I honestly don't see the Cowboys. I think 7 is low though. I do think 7 wins is low, but I don't see the Cowboys getting over 10.
They better than the Giants.
Yes, they're better than the Giants.
Yes, they better than the Giants.
They go 8-9. You remember Cowboys? You know they other name is 8-8. The 8-8 boys. That's they whole name. That's what they good to go every year. Now they added 17 games, so they got to end that 8-8 streak. They either go 8-9 or 9-8.
Would you take over 8.5 at plus 125?
Do they have Micah?
They got Micah.
Nah, they got Micah, but they lost that O lineman though. I think he hurt his knee. I think he might be out for the year, right? I don't like that. They already don't have a run game.
Los Angeles, Baltimore. So to preseason, so then the regular season is Philadelphia, New York, Chicago, Green Bay. I don't think they're outright better than any of those teams. just outright better. Like I don't think they're outright better than any of those teams.
The Cowboys
and Chicago got a pass rush.
Wait,
Green Bay got a pass rush.
Chicago?
And I don't think they're just outright better. Chicago got a good team. They just got a young quarterback, but like their defense is better than the Cowboys. Their pass rush is going to be good.
Okay, yeah.
They got receivers. Their O-line is much improved. They got a run game. They got a good tight end in Colston Loveland now. They got 2 good receivers. Like they got a nice team.
The Chicago Bears.
The Bears is a little bit. That's more of a argument. I don't think that. I think they're a lot better than the Giants. Not a lot. I think they're decently better than the Giants.
They got okay. How about this? Corey, you asked me. Who's the better receiver? CD.
Oh, Malik Neighbors.
I don't know. Maybe into this year.
Okay.
I'm just saying it's
Who
close.
has a more competent quarterback?
Yeah,
I'm
that's
not a
huge.
Dak Prescott supporter. Who has?
You ain't even a Dak Prescott supporter,
huh?
You don't even like Dak.
No, I don't like Dak Prescott, but he's a more competent quarterback than Russell Wilson at this stage in his career.
Look, that's cool, but they ain't got nothing to do with what we talking about. You can be more competent. Who has a better O-line? I got a better running game.
Dallas
for sure.
Cowboys.
I got a better run game for sure with Tyrone Tracy.
Now, a team that's never had in the game, so how can they run the ball? They never played with the lead.
They had never had Russell Wilson before. I'm saying, this is all I'm saying, y'all.
This ain't the same Russell Wilson.
By the third quarter, it's gonna be a close game. Watch. A matter of fact, we can put our own little side bet up.
We have a lot
by the third quarter, it's gonna be a close game, and you're gonna be sitting here looking like Neighbors done got 12 targets already, and he done caught 9 balls. Y'all gonna guard him yet? That dude you wearing over there, right? That getting filleted. And so then it's going to be like their defense on the other end. If their offensive line is already in a situation where they're at a disadvantage, Abdul Carter, Kayvon Thibodeau, Dexter Lawrence, and Brian Burns in the third quarter of a game.
One dude. Yeah. All of them been there except for Carter. All of them.
No, but I know, but they were really good last year though. Like they're gonna be better this year.
They won 4 games. They won 4
Their
or 5
quarterback.
games.
They had Tommy.
Really good about them.
Hey, who was in the movie? Corey, could we probably? Who was in the movie with Arnold Schwarzenegger back? That movie he was pregnant. You know what I'm talking about? His brother. What was his name? Danny DeVito. That's who their quarterback was last year. Danny DeVito.
Okay.
So you saying they had Danny DeVito last year? They won 4 games. I'm just saying Russell Wilson's better. He ain't great, but he's a mid quarterback. You get mid quarterback play from the Giants with the really good defense.
Justin Fields last year.
I like Justin Fields.
He was ran out of Denver. Sean Payton hated him.
I'm good with that, but guess what?
But even though he was ran Denver, it was different, and he actually had great numbers playing in Denver. Like I don't know why he got ran up out of there.
Because his numbers were inflated by Sean Payton's offense, and he had a lot of behind the scenes stuff. He had 26 touchdowns, 8 interceptions. Like that's if you just didn't know who it was, you just looked at the numbers like, oh wow. But I'm saying, like Corey, they're going to be competent. I'm actually willing to. Matter of fact, Corey, I'm gonna say it. Giants win that game. Now
the Giants have more wins than the Dallas Cowboys.
I don't know. I ain't going to win.
I don't know about a win total.
Right.
But
okay,
Corey,
I'm just making sure that you're not
No.
jumping all the way out there.
No.
They can win a football game, or they're going to have a better.
That's all
record.
I'm saying. So I'm looking at the first 4 games, Corey. They beating Green Bay.
Who? Dallas? Probably not.
All right. So you think they're going to beat Chicago?
They can beat Chicago.
Okay, cool. We'll say so. They might start 1-3. So
Man,
now where the rest of the win coming from?
Giants. The Cowboys are beating the Giants.
I'm saying haven't the Giants
though.
lost to them 6 years in a row?
But they haven't had a quarterback though.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. I think this is the year in.
And so please hear me. Could Bama, you know me. I'm not trying to gas Russell Wilson. I'm whatever. I'm just saying that like respectable quarterback play, Trey. If you had bad quarterback play 1 year, every receiver, and then the next year you get a mid quarterback, your number's gonna look better because you're like, oh wow, we can actually run an offense. We can run an offense now. We can hand the ball off, and we got good timing on our receivers. And Wan'Dale Robinson's still there. Neighbors is still there. Like, I'm just saying, Corey, Bama, and Trey, I think the Giants win that game. And then now what? They're sitting at 1-3.
And then it's going to be then listen, it's a rebuild year. You see how it finishes out because of the strength of schedule of the NFC East teams this year. Cowboys open up against the Philadelphia Eagles on that Thursday night opener, right? Philadelphia was 7.5-point favorites. That number's now down to 7. I probably would say the Eagles win the game. Probably some kind of money line parlay situation with something else is going on that weekend or whatever. It's how I look at it. I would play it right now, or I would take 7.5 with Dallas. But we didn't get a
Well,
chance.
can you tell me where the
talk
wins are coming from, Corey? I want to know where these wins because.
Do we have to do this?
Well, I'm saying because Trey said they're way better than 7 is low. I'm just looking at. I'm just saying that okay, Philly, New York, Chicago, Green Bay.
They'll split with Philadelphia. They'll split.
Okay, all right. Well, let me. Okay, then they got the New York Jets.
I got them beating the Jets too.
Okay, then they got the Carolina Panthers.
I got them beating the Panthers.
All right, then they got the Washington Commanders.
I got them losing that.
They'll split with Washington.
They'll split or they're okay. So they'll
go 1-1.
Yeah, they'll split with Washington.
Then they got Denver in Denver.
They ain't beat Denver.
They ain't beat Denver since you was at Freaknik in Georgia in 1993. All right, and then we got Arizona.
They beating Arizona.
Las Vegas in Vegas.
That's going to be a Cowboy home game. Las Vegas. That's going to be a home game for Dallas.
Holly stopping Genty and Brock Bowers.
You act like the
defense is not good. I mean, no, it's not good.
The Raiders O-line isn't that good.
No, but I'm saying this is why I think y'all need to kind of reframe your brain. The Cowboys have the worst defense in their division. It's worse than the Commanders. It's worse. Like they don't have it is go through the roster. They can't stop the run. Their linebackers are mid.
Season.
They got Malik Hooker still starting at safety. They got a couple corners. He's cool, but they're not better than the Giants' defense. They're not better than the Commanders' defense. They're not better than the Eagles.
Always win 4 games then.
You keep
talking about this Giants defense. I keep seeing 4 and 5 wins.
You got to be able to put some points up in the NFL, though. This is not college. You got to be able to put points up in the NFL. You got to be able to move the ball, control the clock. Time of possession is still a big thing in the NFL. And if you can't do that, you're going to end up only winning 4 wins.
Their best QB season in the last 8 years had Daniel Jones with 15 TDs. Like, come on, man. Like they didn't have.
That's organizationally.
I agree. So now they got Philly again.
Lost.
And then they got Kansas City.
Philadelphia. They'll lose to Kansas City.
And then they got Detroit.
They'll probably lose that game.
And then they got Minnesota.
Good chance they'll lose that game.
And then they got the Los Angeles Chargers.
They can beat the Chargers
in LA.
Beating the Chargers.
The Cowboys and the Chargers in LA is a Cowboy home game.
They end the season in Washington and in
they'll win that game. That's the game they'll win.
All right, so you got 6 wins there. You said 6 wins.
What about the Giants again at the end of the season?
That's what I said. You got 6 wins in there.
That's 6?
6 wins. If you split Giants, split Commanders, split
Eagles.
Oh,
wait, they split the Giants? I don't got them splitting the Giants.
You got them sweeping the so that's 7 wins.
Sweep the Giants.
So you think that's crazy.
That's 7 wins.
Yeah.
Corey, you didn't
So you think it's gonna be year 7 the Giants go again 7 years without beating the Cowboys?
Yes, I think that makes it easier. I feel like it's a habit thing. You're so used to walking into New York and giving them that BTA. It's a habitual thing. I mean the Giants
even with their O-line, even with missing that offensive lineman. I can't remember Buddy's name, but he's pretty good.
I know who you talk about. Martin.
I don't think it was Martin.
Not Martin. I mean
younger dude.
But okay, the Cowboys O-line got worse, but they got a good receiving core and I mean, it definitely goes up to
got better in my opinion. They need to be coached better on defense. That'll happen under Eberflus. So we're going to table the Dallas Cowboy discussion because, I don't want to talk about the Dallas Cowboys no more.
You're Tyler Guyton.
That schedule is going to be rough. Now, the top of the division, the Philadelphia Eagles. We didn't talk about it when we did the Hall of Fame show. But Cam Newton has been making a lot of noise recently on some of his takes. And you know what? I always like Cam Newton's takes because I always feel as if he's a dude who won the MVP at the position. And for the most part, if he see it, he say it. Cam Newton tells the truth. And then you always know that Cam is telling the truth because when people come back at Cam Newton, they always talk about his outfit or his hair. And never about the actual substance of what he's talking about.
Yeah.
So basically, he said that Jalen Hurts was not leaned on last season to win games or to win the championship or to lead the Philadelphia Eagles to the championship. He more or less was a bus driver or a game manager, taking nothing away from Jalen Hurts. And Bama, I know That's your Bama brethren, so you're going to back Jalen Hurts up. But the truth of the matter is this. The season before, when Philadelphia collapsed down the stretch, Jalen Hurts was throwing the football all over the field. They went to a run-heavy approach where Hurts, I don't believe Hurts threw the ball 300 times last year, and they won the Super Bowl. They basically reduced Jalen Hurts to elevate the team. If they get into a situation where they go back to throwing the football, I'm not going to say a Joe Burrow.
361 attempts. So, yeah, he had 361 attempts. He didn't throw over 400 times.
He didn't throw the ball over 400 times.
But didn't he only play like 14 games, though?
15.
Joe Burrow threw the ball almost 700 times. So I don't expect him to jump to that number. But if he throws the ball 500 times, 550 times, then the team is not going to be as good. So they are a Saquon Barkley injury. Your boy Bama, giving the ball back to Jalen Hurts and let him win games in the air if they can't run the football effectively. And I don't think that's going to look so good if that's how the Eagles have to play this year.
But that's kind of disingenuous, though, because the Eagles showed you with Miles Sanders, he was top 5 in the NFL in rushing. And the reason for that being is not saying that it's on the level of Lamar, but when you have a quarterback that has a dynamic run set, it just opens up lanes for running backs automatically. That's why I think it's like be confused off of like, do y'all just be watching Jalen Hurts? Because he's just not built on his passing. Like he's built on running the ball. Even if you a gambling dude, how many times it was the over and under for 40 yards rushing for Jalen Hurts? That means he's a runner of the football. Now, granted, you got the tush push too, but Jalen Hurts had a lot of games where he iced games using his legs. Like he's just not only throwing the football. Now, if he was a person like Jared Goff, I'll feel you on that. Like, oh yeah, that scares me. But he's not. He runs the ball. He stretches the field with his legs. Also, you got the tush push up in there, which people don't like, but it's a pivotal, crucial part of the offense. And so obviously, people can't stop it. And then you still got A.J. Brown and Smitty and Dallas Goedert. It's not like he's once Saquon goes out, he's throwing to a bunch of bombs. Like, no, he still has 2 top 10 receivers in the league right now, as well as a competent tight end and a great O-line. Now, if you want to go back to those years where everybody was hurt to hell and the defense was hurt to hell, yes, any team is going to struggle when you lose everybody on your defense and you have no weapons to throw the ball, no run game. Any team is going to struggle and look like that. Now, are we asking Jalen Hurts to be Joe Burrow, Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson, or Patrick Mahomes? No, but he's good for what he does.
Football 538 times.
They won 11-6.
He threw 15 interceptions. He had 7 yards in attempt. He had a completion percentage under 65. That sounds like Jared Goff.
And that's a middle of the tier passing quarterback. That's not really as bad as y'all make it seem like Jalen Hurts a bottom 6 quarterback when he
I'm
got
not saying that. I'm
saying that's disingenuous.
Cam Newton says it. Trey, everybody gets all up in.
Well, they was just mad because he didn't have Jalen Hurts in his top 10, which is kind of nasty. You know what I mean? Because a lot of the times everybody always predicate everything upon winning. Oh, winning the big game. And then when Jalen Hurts win the big game, oh, well, not like that. Don't win like that. You got a super team. How dare you win? And there's been a lot of super teams that go to the Super Bowl and lose. 18-0 Patriots lost.
I think it's a tough conversation. I think Jalen is clearly a top 10 QB. I am not opposed to putting him at 5 based on
at
managing.
5?
Well, but here's why though. I think there's so this is where I stand with this trade. I think you could argue him at 5. I could also argue him at 10. For me, Jalen he will manage the situation in front of him extremely well, and I want to give him credit for when he does that. I think in the playoffs he elevates his game when he has to. I think he's outplayed Patrick Mahomes twice in the Super Bowl, twice. And this one, he obliterated him. Because we always do this thing with Mahomes versus Allen or Mahomes versus Burrow, Mahomes versus Lamar. Oh, he always beats these players instead of beating these teams. So we're flipping it the other way. He's outplayed Mahomes in the most important game in the last 3 seasons twice. So I think for me, that Jalen Hurts deserves to be recognized in that light. I think my issue with Eagles fans is Eagles fans have been saying, and a lot of media folks, they're looking at Cam Newton and his seasons with Carolina, saying he only has really 4 winning seasons, I believe. He had one 4,000-yard passing season, and then if you look at its MVP year, they go 15-1. They get to the Super Bowl, and he refused to dive on the ball, and he underperformed in their mind versus the Denver Broncos defense, which Corey, like people had to remind people how good the Denver Broncos defense was that year.
Defensive team.
Because they just acted like, oh, he was just struggling versus some random bums. I think Cam Newton was clearly better than Jalen Hurts. Like, I don't even think there's much of an argument there. Like, he had an argument to the best QB in football in 2015, and he was. That's why he won MVP. He was a dominant. He's a better rusher than Jalen Hurts was. He's an elite. Cam was an elite thrower to football for a while. Injuries got Cam. That's what happened with Cam Newton. He was the Carolina Panthers. That's the worst organization than the Eagles. If you put Cam Newton with the Eagles, we're talking about Cam Newton way differently. So I think Jalen deserves his credit for what he's done. I'm not going to tear him down. I do think he has an argument for 5 to 10, but the problem is that I think now we're underrating other players in different situations like Cam, who were way more talented, honestly, really good passers of the football, really good rushers. The problem is that the situation for quarterbacks, Corey, it really determines the success you're going to have through your career. And just ask Andrew Luck. Just ask Robert Griffin III. Ask John Elway prior to getting Mike Shanahan. You're just not going to have really good performances in the playoffs if the team around you isn't there. And I think Jalen has benefited from how he grows, from how he being able to be the best talent evaluator and trader in the NFL. I think being in a very stabilized, functional situation with the Philadelphia Eagles has helped him. But he deserves credit for what he's doing. But again, as I heard somebody else said, he has a top 5, basically every position group on the Eagles, I think minus tight end, is a top 5 position group in the sport. From the defensive line to the linebackers to the safeties to the corners to the offensive line and to the running back and to the receivers.
They don't make mistakes on draft day.
But that's good, right?
When Jalen Carter falls, they pick him.
Exactly. Jahad Campbell, same thing.
What's the problem with Jalen Hurts being a game manager, though? I don't have a problem with it. But a game manager quarterback is not a top 10 quarterback in the league, though. I don't see Jalen Hurts. I don't see Jalen Hurts being a top 6, top 7, top 8 quarterback. Like, I wouldn't put him over Baker Mayfield. I feel like Baker Mayfield means more and does more for the Buccaneers than Jalen Hurts does for the Eagles. I think there's a lot of quarterbacks you could bring into the league, into the Eagles situation, and they could go and win the Super Bowl with that.
All right. So if you got, let's put it like this, and let's put it like this: if you running the 2-minute drill, you don't need 3 points to tie the game. You need to score. You need to go down and score a touchdown. 2-minute drill, right? And you don't have Saquon Barkley in the backfield. You have to operate as a quarterback and operate the football down the field to score a touchdown through your wide receivers, right? Let's start with Baker Mayfield. Would you rather have Baker Mayfield or Jalen Hurts?
There's no way if you in that given situation you just said driving down the field 2 minutes. If you don't pick Baker Mayfield, you don't watch Baker Mayfield.
Hurts has already done that though, like multiple times. I'm saying.
Baker Mayfield has done that too.
When
did y'all not see the Buccaneers towards the end of their season and them going to the playoffs?
We're talking playoffs now. Like that's what I'm saying. Okay. Like when
I just said 2 minutes. I said 2 minutes.
I've seen Jalen Hurts do it. Is all I'm saying.
I think Baker Mayfield is a more clutch player than Jalen Hurts.
I don't agree or disagree with that. I don't have an issue with that statement right now, especially in this situation that we're talking about.
Well, if that's the logic, Baker Mayfield better than Patrick Mahomes last year.
Okay, I never said no.
I'm not gonna jump off the roof.
But he was. He factually was though. He was a better quarterback than Patrick Mahomes last year.
Okay, yeah, stat wise, but I'm talking about with Jalen. I'm
better thrower to football too. Pat couldn't throw the ball past 20 yards last year. Baker could.
Yeah, that's true, but that's true. Stats don't say everything. I'm not saying that stats in situations make everything. I'm just saying that Jalen Hurts is on one of the best rosters, one of the best defenses, one of the best offenses, great running game. The Eagles only ask of him to be a game manager. That's all they need of him.
Okay, but it's the same thing with Patrick though. It's the exact same thing.
How?
Because when Patrick's weapons went down and he could not, meaning he was playing poorly, he started having to manage the game from intermediate to behind the line of scrimmage. He started dumping the ball off. He was doing that in the Tyreek Hill era as well. He was doing that when he had Travis Kelce in his prime as well. He was dumping the ball off. All I'm saying is that, like, He had an elite team around him, Trey, and we didn't say nothing.
Nothing.
He had the best wide receiver tight end duo in the sport and Andy Reid, and we didn't say anything. Now, his numbers were bonkers.
What about last year?
But he wasn't good last year. Like he factually was not a top 5 quarterback in the sport last year, and everybody still regards him as number 1 overall.
Because
my issue is you have to do what
Jalen Hurts go win a game.
Jalen won the games. He won the games though.
But I'm talking about in a situation where you can't turn around and hand the ball off to a 2,000-yard running back. It's a 2-minute
Why? Well, why is that a bad thing? Why is that a bad thing?
I'm not saying it's a bad thing, but I'm talking about in this specific situation with Jalen Hurts. Can you give him the ball in a 2-minute drill without Saquon Barkley?
He's done that. He did it last year.
Go win the game.
He did it last year.
So who would you prefer, him or Jaden Daniels in that situation?
They ain't done nothing. So I mean, I'm still taking Jalen Hurts for now.
And
I like Jaden.
I like Jaden too, but let's just not act like 5 of them games could have easily been losses. Like those games came out to one play.
He never should have beat the Cowboys. I can tell you that much.
Okay, so let's look at the
Chicago Bears game. Never should have happened.
Never should have happened, Swiper. Never should have happened. But people gloss over them wins and be like, "Oh, he was great. He got him to the end." Like, bro, he easily could have been out of playoff contention.
Yeah, he could have not been in the playoff, Corey.
Literally, they went into the number 1 seed stadium and blew them out.
And you remember
when they was hurt
and you remember what people were saying about Detroit because their defense was so injured. You also remember if they had their personnel, they would have been a different team down the stretch of that year. They were decimated on the defensive side of the ball from injuries. And then again, Corey, to his point, if they don't have that lucky Hail Mary nonsense versus Chicago, that never should happen. Remember, Tarek McLaurin ran down the field at the end of that game in the Cowboys game. I'm saying that like there are multiple situations in which he lucked out. And his they wouldn't have been in the playoffs. I'm saying Jalen gets the credit for doing what he did. What about Justin Herbert? Trey, do you think Justin Herbert's better than Jalen Hurts?
Yes.
Even though he chokes every time he sees the playoffs?
Okay, but as a quarterback, in the quarterback position, I believe that Jalen Hurts is not as talented as Justin Herbert. Now, given the thing is, Justin, you can't. It's hard to compare these quarterbacks in these different situations. Like we're talking about Jalen Hurts is on one of the best rosters. That's what we're talking about. Like we're talking about him built around one of the best teams versus Justin Herbert. Like we're not gonna sit here and act like Justin Herbert ever had one of the best defenses in the league. Like this. And that stuff matters.
Now he could. So those defenses are going to get better. He's the same thing as Jalen Hurts to me. I mean, now when in his role with the Chargers,
talking about taking the ball out of somebody's hand last year. That's what they did.
Exactly, they take the ball out of his hands. They take the ball out of his hands. They manage the game. The quarterbacks that don't manage the game are Lamar Jackson, Josh Allen. Joe Burrow. They don't manage the game. They can go win the game. I think Jaden Daniels can go win a game. I think Jared Goff can go win a game. And then you get to the Kyler Murrays, the Bo Nixes, the Dak Prescott.
Well, we've seen Kyler do this. We saw Bo do this last year against the Chiefs.
I think Jordan Love can go win a game.
I feel like when it comes to quarterbacks, y'all, and we're also a victim of this. We're extremely selective. Because I saw Bo Nix had game-winning drive last year. Got the kick blocked versus the team that went to the Super Bowl last year.
Right.
Like I saw Jalen Hurts do this, but apparently he's not clutching enough. I've seen Justin Herbert fold in the clutch in the playoffs, but he's better. And then I'm also saying I've seen Jaden Daniels get the job done. I've seen Baker Mayfield, man. Like I've seen Joe Burrow not get done in the clutch. And everybody knows how I feel about Joe Burrow. I think he's the second best quarterback in the league. Third. I watched Joe Burrow throw the ball in the dirt versus the Ravens. I watched Joe Burrow throw that pick on that slant. I watched him go 0-3 in overtime. So, like, all of these players have moments where they rise and when they fall. What I'm saying is I think that Jalen Hurts, for what he does when it matters most, he has to get elevated for that. I think in the regular season, he manages the situation. I think he doesn't try to play outside of himself because he's a more advanced quarterback now. But when he gets to the playoffs, y'all, like, you still can't beat me.
Okay, but listen, if you put Jalen Hurts in like a different situation, like in a situation where Justin Herbert is in, do you think Jalen Hurts would be quarterback than where he is right now? Do you think we would think of Jalen Hurts as a better or worse quarterback if he was in LA with the Chargers?
I mean, if you ask me, could Jalen Hurts have 21 touchdowns and 3 picks last year? I think he could have.
Okay, but in 2023, when Jalen Hurts, they asked more out of Jalen Hurts. They didn't have as good of a roster or as good of a running back. Jalen Hurts didn't play nowhere near as good. I mean, what he had, like
it's
23 touchdowns, 15 interceptions, something like that.
Because wasn't
why
that,
are we ignoring
wasn't that
Jalen
the
Hurts
year
MVP
everybody
season?
got hurt? Wasn't that the year everybody got hurt, bro? At the
But now we want
end of the season.
But why are we ignoring the MVP season?
Yeah, in the MVP season,
what
you
year was
see
that?
460
about,
pass attempts, 432 pass attempts.
460 pass attempts is a good volume, y'all.
That is, and at 66%, that is a very good season. 8 yards a pop.
8 yards a throw?
Yeah, that's good. That's good. All of that. You're right. He had an MVP style season. He came back, wanted more of the pie, stunk, came back, they took it away, and then win the Super Bowl.
Look, man, I just feel like there's no winning with certain people. I feel like, I think some people are, just because of their skill set, they're always going to get kind of doubted like that. I'm fine. Like I said, you can argue 5 to 10 with Jalen, but I do think we give players credit for things they don't do per se. Like they don't have to show consistency until when it matters to most. But then when other players do it, it seems like we're saying that they're not better than players who got these gaudy numbers who don't get it done. So really the narrative kind of flips based on like who you like. I think Jalen deserves credit for what he did. I think he's a stamped top 10 QB in the sport. I think the player rankings in the top 100 will reflect that as well here. They probably will have him as high as 5 because I think he deserves that. But look, man, like I just think that I think he's really good. He's not Cam Newton though. So to push back on Eagles fans, he's not Cam Newton.
Like, yeah, of course.
I was looking at some recent ADP in some high stakes fantasy leagues, and there is a player who, when we first started doing this show a couple of weeks ago, he was going in like the second, middle second, but now he's pushed up kind of to the middle first. And maybe I'm wrong because I don't see it, but I can be talked into it. And Swipe, I'll start with you. Christian McCaffrey seems to be gaining some steam in fantasy leagues. I was curious. Once you get past Bijan, Jahmyr Gibbs, and Saquon Barkley, is it Christian McCaffrey next, or is it Ashton Genty, Derrick Henry, Devon Achane, or is it, Christian McCaffrey?
Well, I think Derrick Henry is definitely going ahead. He's in he's going to be there. I'm fine with Christian in front of Achane. Achane is a touches dependent player at the receiving position. But if CMC's healthy, y'all, then he's going to be, if he's healthy, plays the whole year, 15, 16 games, y'all, he's going to be a top 3 fantasy running back, if not higher. So I'm perfectly fine with drafting him ahead. Everything that you're hearing out of 49ers camp, he's healthy. So if they're saying he's healthy and he's healthy all year, or again, and remember, y'all, when you get Christian McCaffrey, basically every game he plays, he's going to be a top 3 performing back. So right now, people are getting him in the 2nd round. Some people are getting him in the 3rd round. That's crazy. If I'm on the other side in the 10 or 12 and I'm at the end of the 1st or I'm at the very top of the 2nd, yeah, I mean, I'm stacking him with AJ Brown or, whoever else right there. So I'm perfectly fine taking him. But yeah, I think Derrick Henry's probably the lowest I'll go. So that's probably 4 players I would for sure take over him.
Bama, I know you an Ashton Genty guy. I heard you mention his name a couple of times. You like McCaffrey over Genty coming into the year? Oh, you like those same players, Genty, Devon Achane, Derrick Henry, and Christian McCaffrey?
I don't know, man. That calf injury scared me, man. I thought it was more like an Achilles because you saw the calf get long and then shorten back up again. But, the NFL, what do I know? Of course, they medical doctors know a little bit more than what I do. But I don't like seeing injuries like that with aging players. Christian McCaffrey kind of getting up there, especially for the volume he gets the ball passing and rushing. I don't know. I'm starting to like guys like R.J. Harvey. What's my boy over there in Tampa Bay? Bucky Irvin. I'm starting to like players like that a little bit more than McCaffrey right now, bro. It's 2025, dog. I know we love these guys. They did a lot for us in fantasy, but I don't think he was the same player he was in 2023. I don't know, and you even got guys like Chase Brown. There's a lot of guys you could throw out there where I feel like they might fare a little bit better. I mean, what's my dude up there? Tracy up there in the Giants. Like, you know, it's running backs like you might want to get over Christian McCaffrey. You know, it's I feel it. We holding on to the past because he was a PPR monster. Like, I remember going against him in fantasy one year. I thought he played defense. His points was going up even when he wasn't on the field, bro. I was like, bro, Christian McCaffrey was a headache, but I think he's aging.
What I'm starting to think now, right? When you look at the roster, if Christian McCaffrey is healthy, he could lead the 49ers in catches and receptions this year. Yeah. That's not out the realm of possibility.
I mean, but I'm saying, will he be able to survive? That is a lot of work.
Ricky Purcell, you got these are ham and eggers. Christian McCaffrey, you know, despite the injuries, he is still, you know, outside of the left tackle, outside of Trent Williams, he's the best player on that offense. Right, Trey?
Yeah, no, that's definitely true. I believe in Christian McCaffrey hype. I think he's still gonna be good. He is getting older. That injury is a little scary, but I feel like Christian McCaffrey is one of those players that's gonna be able to get through that. And I also think that with the 49ers roster right now, I feel like the ball gonna be going to Christian McCaffrey a lot. Like, he's gonna get the ball a lot. They're gonna throw him the ball, they're gonna hand him the ball off, scheme up some things for him. So I feel like he's definitely in my top 5 when it comes to picking running backs in fantasy. Honestly, I'm picking him before I pick Ashton Jeanty.
That's interesting. I think that's where I'm at right now too. I don't know if it's McCaffrey or Jeanty. I think pause. You're always going to look at the younger running back with less wear and tear. Doesn't come into the league, with a ton of injuries. The Raiders are going to be a better team. Pete Carroll's going to run the football. Now, San Francisco, they played that easy schedule this year. So if they do rack up wins, which I'm on the fence about, they can use McCaffrey to close games. McCaffrey is their best skill position player. So with McCaffrey, you're really worried about injuries. If you knew McCaffrey Swipe was going to play 15 to 17 games, you look at the options on that roster and Kyle Shanahan's offense, I think it's clear that you take McCaffrey over Ashton Jeanty.
Yeah.
Yeah, but like I said, that's what fantasy is, though. Like, you can't predict what players will do. You can only make your best guesstimation based on what they did last season, their age, the system, and what's in front of them. I think the issue with Ashton Jeanty is he is in an untouched situation, meaning he is going to have enormous volume this year. And in a situation where Geno Smith, Brock Bowers, like, they're going to be trusting him with a lot. Raheem Mostert is his backup. Like, he's a good backup. He's not going to get a lot of touches next year. They got Brock Bowers and Jacoby Myers. I mean, they only have, I would say, 3 fantasy viable players on the roster, and 2 of them are Jacoby and Brock. And I think Brock is going to be conversation for tight end 1. But Jeanty, man, like, he gets 325 touches next year, y'all. It's really difficult to beat that kind of value, and especially how young he is as well. And then on top of that, if they're pushing for the playoffs, trying to get 8 wins, 9 wins by the end of the season, then he's going to have so much value as a player.
Will he have more carries than Derrick Henry?
Probably not. I don't know. Like, Derrick
probably about 350. It'd be in the same vicinity for a younger player.
Derrick had last year 325 rushing attempts. So
I think they use Jeanty in the passing game a lot more than what y'all think. He played receiver all the way up into his senior year in high school. So I don't know why people think that Jeanty won't be able to catch the ball coming out the backfield. A lot more elusive than what y'all think. Younger, built like a tank too. No Diddy, but like dude is a unit. You know what I mean? He remind me of the other running back that came up out of Boise, Muscle Hamster. What's his name again? Doug Martin, bro. Like, y'all, I think Jeanty is gonna wake up a lot of people in the NFL and emerge. Like I said, I already got him as a top 10 back in the NFL already. He ain't even played. I know a lot of people don't like to do that, but what I've seen with him playing running back, I mean, bro, he gonna be nice, bro. Like, especially over there in that offense, they had a bottom 6 run game. Instantly adds value to that run game. Also, too, You got Brock Bowers over there and Geno Smith. Like, I don't know why people think upgrading from who they had last year to Geno Smith isn't a substantial upgrade. That team will not look bad, like, at all. Once you get a competent quarterback, Giants, Raiders, like, your win totals will instantly go up because, like what Swiper said, now I can just call a regular game plan because I don't have to worry about somebody just instantly morphing into a terrorist. I can call basic game plans now instead of having to call game plans to try to hide my quarterback from the world. I can just call regular game plans and get out some of these games, and it's going to be winnable games.
I throw this one out there to anybody. I want to transition to the wide receiver, right? Because now we're starting to come down on that 1-2 turn. And I know a lot of you got drafts coming up, and you may haven't got fully involved yet. So we're going to have a draft on the show soon, and we're going to be doing a lot of fantasy stuff to help you get prepared. It's a little pocket of wide receivers in the second round that I think is interesting. It's Drake London, it's A.J. Brown, and it's Ladd McConkey. I feel as if McConkey will have more targets than A.J. Brown, and he'll have more targets than Drake London. Out of that group, he'll have more targets. He'll lead that trio. London, Brown, McConkey will lead that trio in targets. Does that sound crazy to anybody?
I don't know. I think London goes off this year with Michael Penix. I'm ultra high on London. London easily can be a top 10, 7 to 10 range, 6 to 10. Like, dog, that dude is a freak of nature, bro. The fact that he got a quarterback that can unlock his true potential, jump ball fiend. I don't know. I'm not really buying Ladd McConkey, bro. Like, he's nice. I think he's a good receiver too, more so than anything. Like, but to lead those AJ Brown, you said AJ Brown?
Yeah, I'm talking about targets. I'm talking about opportunities.
Because last year, Greg Roman's offenses are never just pass it all over the field. They run heavy. We're gonna run off of the play action. I don't think they're gonna be able to pass the ball enough in order.
He had 112 targets last year, McConkey, in his rookie season. And really, if you look at his game log, right, it was kind of later in the season where the targets started racking up. I mean, if you look at his last 2 games of the year, he had 18 targets. He's had games of 10, 12, 8, 9, 8. This guy is a target monster. And if the Philadelphia Eagles are the team y'all saying they are, and they're going to be this big NFC winning powerhouse that can't be stopped, and it's okay that Jalen Hurts managed the game, then when you look at A.J. Brown had 97 targets last year. Yes, he played in only 13 games, but, he got out-targeted. Physically, yes, he is a better wide receiver than Ladd McConkey. But I'm not trying to win the strongman competition or a talent show or whatever. I'm talking about winning strategies in fantasy football. And I want the player that's going to have more opportunities. And I think Ladd is going to have more opportunities than A.J. Brown. Now, A.J. Brown could score more touchdowns in his opportunities than Ladd could. So I just was curious of y'all thoughts on that trio. I don't know what to think of Drake London yet.
So A.J. Brown, the 2 previous years, y'all had 88 catches, 106 catches, 145 targets, 158 targets, and he had 1,496 yards in both of those years, 11 touchdowns in 1 year and 7 touchdowns in the other year. He's been second-team All-Pro each of the last 3 seasons. So I don't know if I would necessarily take Ladd McConkey. I think Drake London – look, some of this is like you also don't just want to have the volume. You also want to be in a very good offense. And the thing about the Eagles situation is even if he is not going to get the same kind of targets as he did in the previous 2 years, I do think if he's healthy, he's going to be seeing up to 120 targets, like over 120 targets. And especially on a player that's that efficient, where you add 4 more games to their volume. Last year, 67 with 7 TDs and 1,100 yards. You add 4 more games into that. He easily is probably crossing the 1,300-yard threshold, 80 catches, and then maybe 10 touchdowns as well. Like, you're just not going to replace a lot of that. So I'm definitely not taking Ladd over him. I'm more than likely not even taking Drake London over him. I mean, right now, he's expected to be the wide receiver 10. I'm looking at in a half PPR scoring. And right in front of him is Drake
Nico.
London.
What about Nico? Nico or AJ Brown?
Yeah, Nico, not even
okay.
close. Yeah, Nico.
I would agree.
Nico is too low for me. I think he's wide receiver 7. Nico could be wide receiver 1 this year.
Nico or Puka?
Nico.
Ooh, that's interesting. What start you like better, Bama? Justin Jefferson, Ladd McConkey, CD Lamb, AJ Brown. 12 team half-point PPR. CD and Ladd, or Justin Jefferson and Ladd, or CD and AJ.
Ooh. Of course, the low-hanging fruit, but you got me with the Justin Jefferson. I really want to go CD and AJ this year. I think CD and AJ.
I think it's interesting. I don't have a problem with either side.
Yeah.
I'm just curious of what you guys thought.
I'm gonna go CD and AJ, honestly. Because the reason why I go AJ, I don't think that Saquon gets the same amount of carries he got last year. I don't think they lean on him as much as they did last year. I think this will probably be more of a year for the receivers because he has something to prove right now. I could be wrong, but I'm gonna go. That's why I gotta go CD and AJ. And that's Dak's favorite receiver, though. I don't know. CD gonna get them targets.
All right. So I think trying to just get a grab of where everybody's at with certain players when it comes to their ADPs. So where's Brian Thomas at in regards to Brian Thomas, Puka Nacua, and Nico Collins?
Yeah, Brian is in front of Nico. I just think people are sleeping on Nico. I just think if he's healthy, like I said, he's going to be closer to wide receiver 1 than he is wide receiver 7. I'm that confident in Nico Collins. His volume is going to be stupendous. The only players he's competing with are rookies. Tank Dell's not there. Yes, 100%. Nico Collins is healthy. He's a target monster. He's fast as crap. He's their red zone option. He's their now screen option. He's their third down option. He's 6'4". No one can guard him one-on-one for the most part. He's a deep ball receiver. Y'all, like, I mean, for me, this is like the no-brainer of fantasy. Like, how
high will you push him? Will you push him into that CD Lamb area?
I think he's better than CD Lamb this year. Like,
so you would push him into the Justin Jefferson era? You push him in Justin Jefferson range?
Look, like I said, y'all, and again, I know this is just, you can't just always do, like, seasons and everything. Like, I understand. I get it.
You have to project.
Nico Collins last year, first 5 games of the year, 6 targets or 6 receptions, 117 yards, 8 receptions, 135 yards, and a touchdown, 4 receptions and 86 yards. That was a bad game for Nico. And then he had 12 receptions, 151 yards, and a TD. And then the game he got hurt versus Buffalo, he had 1 catch and he had a deep, like a 75-yard bomb he caught for a TD. Then he didn't play. And then, y'all, when he got healthy, he started killing again. And then he went to the NFL playoffs last year, had 122 yards and 7 receptions in the TD, and 5 receptions and 81 yards versus Kansas City.
Sterling Sharp went into the Hall of Fame yesterday. He gets that type of volume. He's the player that the quarterback goes to, relies on. He's the whole offense. He's the whole show. I'll be honest with you. I don't have a problem pushing them ahead of Lamb. I don't have a problem pushing them ahead of Brian Thomas, Puka, and I feel like I'm missing somebody. Malik Neighbors.
Yeah.
I don't have a problem if your top 3 receivers in the NFL are Jamar Chase, Justin Jefferson, then Nico Collins. I don't have a beef with that, Bama.
Yeah, I mean, I don't have a problem with that either, but I feel like we're being a little bit disingenuous to AJ Brown. Because one thing shouts out to my dog Darius Slay. had the opportunity to interview my dude Trent Channel. Y'all go check that out. But Slay brought up a valid point, man. Them dudes, when you talk about Justin Jefferson, Jamar Chase, they get schemed all over the field to get in favorable matchups. Whereas AJ Brown is just beating you head up. Like he is your best cornerback versus AJ Brown on the outside, and I'm just gonna dog you play after play after play after play. And I want that work. You know what I mean? So I feel like just throwing guys in front of AJ Brown, especially after the work he put in, the dominance he showed, being over there with Tannehill averaging 20 yards a pop, then go over there to the Eagles and reemerge Jalen Hurts as a great passer. Like I said, bro, like I watched Jalen Hurts from high school all the way to college. That dude couldn't throw a deep pass to save his life. AJ Brown come over there. Now we got a lot of guys rating him as one of the better deep ball throwers in the NFL. So I mean, I feel like we got to stop being disingenuous with this AJB, putting guys in front of AJB because, you know, he could easily be the best receiver in the league. A lot of people won't say that because I know Justin Jefferson has been off to a hell of a 4-year stretch, his first 4 years of his career. So I'm not mad if you got him or Chase above AJB. But even though I like Nico, I do feel you, Swiper. I feel you. Hey, trust me. I'm seeing what you're seeing with Nico. When he had 400 yards, I was telling people Nico is going to be a problem, even when he had the 400 yards. But I just feel like AJB, he still like solidified himself.
You think CJ Stroud better than you think CJ Stroud better than Jalen Hurts? You think
I got Hurts at 7, but like
you think he's a better passer to football?
Oh yeah, for sure, hands down. I think if CJ Stroud get a couple playoff victories up under his belt, like he gonna be in my top 5.
So I think this is the issue though. Like CJ Stroud again, like it's Joe Mixon. He's gonna miss a little time. Nick Chubb. Where is he going with the football? Dalton Schultz.
Nico.
No, you got Jaden Higgins and Jalen Noel.
Yeah,
they gonna be nice though. They gonna be nice.
Rookies,
especially Jaden Higgins though. Like he is really gonna be the one.
Where's Tank at?
He's hurt. Remember he tore everything.
He tore everything. We got somebody coming up for y'all. My dog, my brother. You know
what's happening, brothers?
Open Field Podcast very own Mr. Early. Appreciate you pulling up for us, brother.
Swiper, you know ball, man.
Hey man, look, you know, one of us only one of us up here is a team captain on the Division I team, all conference tryout for the NFL team. And it ain't Bama or Corey. That's all I'm saying.
That was a nasty club.
Yeah,
that was so nasty.
Unnecessary too. My bad.
That was so nasty.
Nah, look, but I am willing to stamp that I think Nico Collins, y'all, it's about to go. It's about to go nuts. I think he legit could be wide receiver 1 this year. By the way, y'all, we haven't had a repeat wide receiver 1, I don't think, in 8 years. Now, I think that's just more so happenstance. I think Chase could easily do that. But, bro, Corey,
what are we speaking on?
So we talking about we were doing the wide receivers. Corey, you can set it up.
Yeah, we were looking at some wide receivers, talking fantasy to NFL, kind of looking at wide receivers that were in the same tier. And brought up Nico Collins, and I think we all agree that he is headed towards the top. The offense revolves around him. It's really the whole offense is his show, along with CJ Stroud.
Yeah, with him it's just helped, but everything else, route runners there, the big playability after the catch, hands are there. Like he is a true number 1. And honestly, like I heard what Spike was saying earlier, he's one of them guys that it's just him over there right now. You got Mechie, who I think will have a better year this year, but he by himself over there, and he gonna be CJ Stroud's like that's his number 1 target. That's his safety blanket. As long as he stay healthy, he's probably 13 to 1500 yards if he stays healthy all season.
Now, is he better? So, for fantasy purposes, is he would you take him as off the fantasy board as WR3, Nico Collins? So we're going Justin Jefferson. We're going Jamar Chase, Justin Jefferson, then Nico Collins. Over CeeDee Lamb, over Puka, who Matthew Stafford. When Matthew Stafford locks in on a wide receiver, it's Calvin Johnson, it's Cooper Kupp, and now it's Puka. Even though Devontae Adams is there, I don't know where I'm at on that. So you got Puka in that mix. Malik Neighbors could have 170 targets, even though it's from Russell Wilson. I'm just trying to get a theme of, are we legitimately saying that Nico
number 3? He could be number 3.
can
We
be
talking
number
about now, mind you, we talking about when it comes to. It's like how I feel about my running backs. If you got to share a backfield with somebody, same way like Jameer Gibbs, you know they got him ranked so high. I'd rather take a Nico over them guys because although you say you don't know what Devontae Adams is going to bring, I know one thing about Matthew Stafford. If he get a feel of Devontae Adams, he going to share that ball around. Guys like AJ Brown, as great as AJ is, you won the quarterback play, and then 2, you sharing the field. Nico got the best setup. Now you might like CD, but this ain't CD from a couple years ago. George Pickens will get some receptions over there. And then who else you name? Malik Neighbors. Again, only thing about Malik Neighbors, he might be top 5 as far as fantasy wise, but it's just a quarterback play. If it was a solid quarterback over there, he come off your board top 4 or 5. But with Nico, he got the perfect setup. He got the quarterback. He has basically he's surrounded by nothing right now. He's by himself. So and we talking about just off of pure production and what you can get on a fantasy night. You looking at 12 targets a game easily, and he gonna catch 8 of them things. So yeah, we talking about just like the setup is perfect for him.
I'm warming up to Nico. I just know what Puka can do with Matthew Stafford, right?
But if it was Puka by itself, I could see that. But like Devontae Adams is still.
Devontae Adams is.
Friend.
I'm not. I don't know. I gotta see it. I gotta see it.
How you feel about saying?
About who?
Huh?
What Devontae? I said, why you gotta see it?
Because the last vision, my last image of him is as Devontae the Jet, and it didn't work.
Yeah,
I worry about
that. But he became one of Aaron Rodgers' favorite targets.
But he was still playing good football. Wow. I think he had a K in 14 games?
Yeah, he had 1,100 yards basically, and 85 TDs and 85 receptions, and 8 TDs in 14 games.
And I'm gonna be honest with you, I think what he gonna help Matthew Stafford out is he gets open very fast. Like Tay knows how to get separation very quick, so he'll be in that intermediate game. I think Puka could be that big play guy, but he'll be in that intermediate game. And we know Tay is a red zone.
Yeah, I would say, and then for fantasy purposes, he's gonna rack up the touchdowns. He's always been a touchdown guy since 2014. He's gonna rack up the touchdown. So for
people love bringing up that age. People love bringing up that age thing, but Tay's game isn't really like him beating you vertically down the field. It's route running and separation, like quick elite separation. Like so, he's going to be able to play football for as long as he wants to play. You see what I'm saying? So I don't know, being able to break open
Lambo. I don't know if you know this, Lambo, but yards don't equivalent on fantasy the way you want them to. You really want touchdowns out of your receiver. You said 1,100 yards, 13 games, but dog, that don't equivalent when you talk about fantasy. I need touchdowns. Like Jamar Chase giving you touchdowns and yards and receptions. Like I need all of that.
But touchdowns are hard to predict, though. At least you can predict targets. You know who the football is going to be going to. Look how many years Julio Jones, Calvin Johnson didn't put up big touchdown numbers. I mean, getting tackled on the 1 yard line and then, the tush push or whatever the case may be.
Touchdowns, but those are astronomical yards. You got AJ Brown. He's talking about AJ Brown, 1,100 yards, 13 games. Julio put up 1,700 yards, 1,800 yards. That looked different when you got 250 in the game versus 110 and
that makes a lot of sense too. We didn't mention Amon-Ra St. Brown, and so we still going Nico over St. Brown.
I think that running game. I think that running game cut into a little bit.
That's not crazy. I mean, especially Nico, the main target. I mean, we see what he was doing last year. He just really got to stay healthy. Like he stayed healthy, but
I say he 1,500 yards. Trent,
he was on pace for, and
he was on pace for 2K.
2K, dog.
He's on pace for 2K. Like he was going insane. So it's like I can see why I early said having Nico at 3. He's been going crazy.
And then look at, I think he got the best situation. He's had the best quarterback any top, whether it's Andre or DeAndre Hopkins. Like CJ, that's gonna be his guy. It became his guy when Tank got hurt 2 years ago. That's gonna be his guy this year.
My raw's cool though too. Like I think the Detroit has 5 starters on their offense, 6 if you include Goff. They got 5 people you could start every week. It's going to be Montgomery, Gibbs, Laporta, Jameson Williams, and Amon-Ra. All of them are startable. None of them are bad options. I think
Laporta production goes down if Jameson Like,
Yeah, I
he
think
has the year
James. I think
thinking,
was
yeah.
finally. Like,
I just think Amon Ra. I know he hasn't put up
his
his yards regardless, but you got a lot around him. You got Sam Laporta over there. You got James Wilson coming up now, and then now Jameer Gibbs will probably be in the passing game more. They're gonna run the ball. He just got Nico literally has the perfect situation out of you. Like he gonna get they're gonna burn that man alive.
The issue is because the
every
offensive
game.
line is so bad. If CJ gets banged up at all, that's the only downside. Like
That's the only downside. That offensive line is the only thing you worry about. But
I wanna
if
go
they
back
show it up.
I want to go back to Devontae Adams right quick. Another player comparison for Devontae Adams. And hop in here. Devontae Adams and Marvin Harrison Jr.
he banking on the lead.
Oh, Devontae Adams or who?
Marvin Harrison Jr.
I don't trust that bum ass Kyler Murray, boy. I tell you, I just don't. He only got one eye, and then see Trey McBride. That's it. He got one eye, and then see Trey McBride. I don't know.
I mean, Mark. Damn.
That's tough.
Because I've been watching practice, bro. He still be missing Marvin practice.
He missing them, bro. I just don't like Kyler Murray. I just don't think he throws to Marvin.
Again, for me, that comes down. Who do you think has the better offense? Probably.
Yeah.
They should be feeding the Marvin the same way they fed BTJ and the same way they fed Neighbors, but he's not them type of targets.
They got
but Trey is cold though, bro. That's the only problem.
They got a top 5 in the game, so it don't work like that. So,
they got 4 starters on their offense too, though.
That's a tough one.
But Marvin should be the vocal point. Like he one of the greatest prospects coming to college in damn near NFL history. He should be the vocal point.
Exactly. He's generational talent. They look at where he was picked as a wide receiver. You don't bring him into your system for the quarterback to basically disregard him.
Man, if he went to the Chargers, he might have been 1,300 yards last year with Justin Herbert. He'd have been at least Lad McConkey numbers.
We can say all we want about Kyler. He wasn't disregarding.
How can you say that? Look at
he was.
No, he was not.
The target. I mean,
do we know what disregard means?
Yeah, I get what you're saying. We'll put a little extra on it, but if you watch the film, there's a lot of times where
885 yards.
He would almost throw it. He almost would throw it to Marvin sometimes on some like out here, like.
But his catch rate wasn't high for the.
He got targeted 116 times. He had 62 catches. That's not on him. That's on the quarterback.
Yeah, he ain't dropped 60 passes.
There you go.
yeah, but he also had flaws. He also had flaws last year.
Hey Trent, bro. Bro, Amon-Ra, 90 catches, 106, 119, 115.
Yeah, Amon-Ra, he's always a fantasy demon.
Golly.
Nah, he's always a fantasy demon. So
yeah, he's always been have.
And he's had 900, 1,115, and 1,200 straight.
But you know what's sneaky about Amon-Ra though, Swiper? If you know, but like a lot of times he don't even go off the board. Like he might be your second receiver. You can get some time. I don't know something about his name. They just don't. He don't get as much love as he should. But he put up the numbers.
Yeah, short receivers don't get a lot of love.
Yeah, I've been able to get, but he's not even short. He's 6 foot. I thought he was like 5'9", 5'10".
But now I will say there's a reality though, because I play in a 10-teamer, I play in a 12-teamer, and I play in another one. I play in a full PPR, half PPR. I mean, there's a possibility if you're in a 10-teamer, half PPR, full PPR, well, maybe half PPR, where people are betting on Jamar Chase, Justin Jefferson, CeeDee Lamb, Malik Neighbors, Puka, but then they get to the running back, they're saying Saquon's going, Bijan's going, Jameer's going, where you can stack Amon-Ra and like Christian McCaffrey, dog.
Yeah.
And you could run the table for your fantasy league. I mean, honestly,
you also have 2 dudes that's on the IR by week 7.
Not Amon-Ra.
He's not a picture of health. Amon-Ra St. Brown. He plays through a lot of injuries.
Yeah, he does.
He stays banged up.
He does stay banged up.
Well, I mean, this football, everybody be banged.
And that he physical swipe. I just think he stayed in the middle of the field so much. So like, that's a lot of you taking tackles in the middle of the field.
Yeah. He's like a running back, man. I'm looking at this draft, bro. Like, boy, you got some talent. I don't even know where I want to be. You know, obviously drafts are randomized, but if I'm a drafter, my ideal spot this year, especially, is it's true, and every year I would say top of the draft. And at the end of the draft, you get to the end of the draft, bro. Your turnaround, you could have Javon Achane and Ashton Genty.
I'm about to say, I've been talking shit, but Ashton Genty can be your second or third running back. You mess around and get busy with him.
Early, you sad, bro.
Hey, listen, man. I've been watching some cat, man. Man, smooth. He's smooth.
You sad, bro.
He is nasty, bro.
I've been watching some cat.
He
He's
is
smooth.
so
Football fan.
nasty, bro.
I had to get my glasses on. I said, wait a minute, man.
The way
He's up. I had to.
if we are in the
Is that Brian Westbrook? I didn't.
If we're the outliers, right, on Nico, right, and we feel as strongly as we do, then the place to be is the back of the draft, where you can start with Nico and Christian McCaffrey, where you can start with Nico and Derrick Henry, or you can start with Nico and Brian Thomas Jr. and wait to get your running back a little bit later on.
You're not wasting your first and second round pick on Chris McCaffrey, is we? Is that what we doing?
We were having a Christian McCaffrey conversation.
Early, it's a pattern. He gets
terrible. Well, he hurt one year.
But look though, early he has a great year. He gets hurt, and then that following year he back. So
I'm a Panthers fan, so I know he take a year off. He just takes a year off. It feels like.
Yeah. So I mean,
nobody would disagree with a Nico McCaffrey start in a 12-team league.
Nah.
I mean, yeah, but you're winning.
What's the situation look like with Joe Mixon? Is that long term or is that just
he's supposed to miss like the first
6 games?
Yeah, but that's a draft and stash right there.
I'm about to say, or Chubb. Chubb might be. We see what he do.
Chubb might be cooked. So you can get Chubb depending on how many bench spots you have. You can get Chubb right now, really 15, 16, 17, 18th round if you're in a 10-teamer. So in a 12-teamer, it's like 13th, 14th or something like that.
You can probably stack Chubb and Mixon like I did Mason and Chris McCaffrey last year, even though he never played. But
Mixon was crazy last year. Like again, he only played 14 games. He had 1,100 yards. He had 11 touchdowns, or 1,000 yards, 11 touchdowns, 4.1 a carry. But he was the best. He was the best player on the team especially when Nico was missing because of injuries.
Mixon was nice.
Both of them were all pros last year, bro.
What about these two running backs right here, Jonathan Taylor and Josh Jacobs?
I don't know why we play with Jonathan Taylor. He gonna give you 13, 14 a year. I don't know why we play with him.
Jonathan Taylor really has to stay on the field, and he's one of the best fantasy backs in.
Period. And he's one of them guys that he's on the quarterback situation over there. They gonna run through him because you want to make it easier for AR5 if you play.
Yeah, he one of the best running backs. Period. He's the top running back in the game.
Josh Jacobs too, because what he do out the backfield, he don't get a lot. He don't get a lot of credit, bro. Since he has been on the Raiders, bro, like the dude has had nothing short of 1,000 yards, and then he adds on it in the passing game too.
Bama, who you play for, Bama?
University of Allah, baby. Stop playing with us, baby. Stop playing.
You know he gonna know Bama.
Stop playing with us, man.
Josh Jacobs had 13, 29, and 15 TDs last year.
Oh yeah, you ain't know?
No, I knew. We
one
talked
of my
about
backs.
him. No, we talked about him because we were arguing him and Jahmyr Gibbs earlier. But look, Josh he's in a standalone situation.
Right, but niggas was arguing what's your Aaron Jones. Remember Trap? Remember Aaron Jones over Josh Jacobs? You remember that conversation?
Yeah, I remember those days.
Oh yeah, I know. I know you remember them days.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, when we get into the season, when real draft time comes, which is like the end of preseason, we can do full out rankings going into the year and all that stuff. But Josh Jacobs, that's another one. He's a standalone situation. Like there's no other competition for him. He played a lot of games, like a lot of football. He gets a lot of volume.
How about Tony Pollard as like a second or third back?
I think
he did pretty well for me last year. He's my second back.
I think Tajay Spears is going to be the one to get a lot of at least half the carries this year. So
I think I see it coming too because he's an all around back too.
I think nobody's talking about this really. So much other stuff going on. I guess the team is expected to be bad, but nobody's really talking about Cam Ward. And from what I'm hearing out of Titans camp, Cam Ward is a leader. And he is going about it as business as usual. It's almost like Cam Ward has been here before. He's 3-1 to win the Rookie of the Year as a quarterback. Now, normally you would think that those are pretty solid odds, but nobody is talking about him. Tennessee is in AFC South with Jacksonville, a combination of Daniel Jones and Anthony Richardson. The Houston Texans offensive line, Joe Mixon's hurt foot. Why can't the Tennessee Titans compete in that division and Cam Ward be the NFL's Rookie of the Year?
The Titans.
Because he played for Tennessee Titans. And it's not 2007. This is not Steve McNair, everybody.
So we don't think so. Everybody thinks the Titans are suck.
They're poorly ran. They're poorly ran.
I ain't gonna say.
I think they got better, but for him to win Rookie of the Year, they got to win games, and I think the top two teams in that division is going to be the Texans and the Jags. There's no way he gonna be third in his own division.
He might be last behind the Colts, depending on what AR5 do.
Yeah,
he ain't got to win that many games because didn't Kyler Murray win?
Like early, Bama, I get what you're saying,
bro. Are we sure that Tennessee is not better than these teams in the AFC South? I mean,
what has history shown you?
The only team that they can
have 1 year without Mike Vrabel, and listen, they were horrific down the stretch last year, losing streaks, but the quarterback play was awful. Right? It's not like the defense is terrible, right?
I don't think it's good.
Yeah, but I say it kind of crapped out after like week 7 for me.
Look at that schedule.
Like, I don't think it's good, but it's all right. Like, but again, I think they're the third best team, almost fourth best team in the division.
Snead didn't give you what you needed last year. Simmons is still pretty
good. But if I had to, I'd do. If
they gave up the second least yards per game. I do
Tennessee
Titans. Their defense is legit.
I'll do Genty before Cam Ward. I'll do what's his name, Amari Hampton before Cam Ward. I'll do Trav before Cam Ward if I'm placing a bet. And even what's his name? I think the one that's in his realm, I'd do Tet damn near before I do Cam Ward for Rookie of the Year. Like, it's gonna be like the Titans, they're gonna have to win games. They're gonna have to be like one of the top teams in their division.
Tennessee has the best defense in this division.
Huh? They had the best defense last year.
Best defense in what?
They had the best defense last year. They won't have the best defense this year. I think Texas will have the best defense.
They didn't have the best defense. Better than Houston?
Yards per game wise, they gave up 4 less yards per game than the Houston Texans.
It's not better than the Texans, brother.
I'm going by the numbers now. But I'm saying they're better. They're better defensively than Jacksonville. They're better defensively than Indianapolis. They probably ran better than Jacksonville. They probably ran better than Indianapolis. Why are the Titans not a quarterback away?
Huh?
Well, I don't think they're.
Why are the Titans not a quarterback away?
I just don't think
a quarterback away from what though.
Yeah, I don't think their offensive line is good enough.
From winning the AFC South.
Because the two teams that are contending for that division to win are clearly better than the Titans.
Like, them first two games is losses. You at Denver,
they're clearly better than the Titans. Like,
you at Denver, and then you go against the Rams. Them 2 losses. Them first 2 games.
That's
that Broncos defense gonna eat them alive. In Denver,
who does Houston open up against? Let's look at Houston to start the season, because let's not act like the Houston Texans can go out there. Well, if you put the Houston Texans in the AFC West, they would be better than the Raiders. That's it.
Yeah.
They're not better than Kansas City. They're not better than Denver. They're not better than They're not better than the Chargers.
But what does that mean, though?
Yeah, but they're the best team in that conference, though.
I mean, they're not in the AFC West.
Because if you put the Titans. If you put the Titans in that same division, they back to the number 1 pick, and they just had the number 1 pick in the AFC South.
That makes sense.
So
that makes sense. But I'm just saying, I'm not saying. I mean, you can do both. You can underrate Tennessee, and you can overrate Houston.
But
their schedule not that bad this year either.
They're not that bad, but they're not like as team wise, they're not better than Houston at all. Like, if you go position
now, to be fair, Houston could start off 2-3 or 3-2. So I mean.
I think, and again, I don't trust his weapons neither. I mean, you going Tajay Spears, Tony Pollard. You giving me? I don't trust Calvin Ridley as your number 1. I don't care what nobody says. I don't trust Calvin as number 1.
I'm not gonna lie. That narrative got to get shut down. I don't know why.
But what if he
got to show it to be shut down though, Trent? He got to make it look shut down.
What if he is the weapon? What if the weapon is the actual player at the quarterback position?
Not Cam. I think Cam Ward's going to be good.
It's Cam Ward. In Green Bay, the weapon is Jordan Love. Don't get me wrong, you got the good running back in Jacobs. You look at that wide receiver core, it's a whole bunch of dudes who you got to see the name on the back of the jersey to figure out who they are. Maybe not the rookie Matthew Golden.
We don't want to have this. Do we think Cam Ward is Jordan Love?
I think Cam Ward can be Jordan Love.
He can be for sure.
Jordan Love not that
Y'all
good.
know I don't see it. Y'all know I don't see it.
Jordan Love is not early. Hold on, early. Jordan Love is not that good. So yeah, he can be.
All right. Why do you keep saying that? He is.
He not. He's not.
He top 10. He top 10.
I don't know.
It wasn't last year. He wasn't last year, bro. Chat. He wasn't last year. Okay.
Cam Ward Cam Ward can be a ceiling where Jordan Love is. He can't. Because he's not that good. He's not.
I just don't see I don't see the Cam Ward stuff. I don't see it.
I mean, but the thing is, you've been saying this, but you just hate him. You ain't give like no real facts on why.
You know what's crazy though? I'm gonna be honest with you. I think what I will say about this is, from what I've seen, he's a great leader, dog. Like his mentality is amazing. Like he has the mentality there.
This is what I'm saying.
Is the talent around him there? And y'all know my biggest gripe is that when I look at past number 1 overall picks, I'm looking at Cam Ward like, are you Andrew Luck? Are you Cam Newton? Are you are you Peyton Manning? Are you one of these people who going to come to a franchise and change it?
What if he can do in year 1 what Cam Newton did in year 1?
He ain't got what Cam got though.
What did Cam have? What did Cam Newton have in year 1?
One of the better runners.
Time out.
Physical deep. Like what are we talking about?
Polar bear. You comparing Cam Ward to Cam Newton, like that is absolutely insane.
Okay. Maybe that's taking it, but what I'm saying is this:
Cam was meant to hold a franchise by himself.
But you don't think Cam Ward can do that?
No, I don't. I watched Cam do it at Auburn,
and you got to think too, because Brendan Kessler, Cam Newton had the last elite year of Steve Smith. They don't got that in Tennessee.
No, they don't. They don't have that in Tennessee. But why can't Cam Ward be the?
And they had a Hall of Fame linebacker playing as their coach who knew the game of football. Honestly, well, not Hall of Fame linebacker, but you can.
I think Cam Ward can have like a 22 TD, like 8 picks type of season. And
I don't see that at all.
I mean,
and this is not the point I'm trying to make is. This is not a division where we can sleep on Cam Ward. Did Houston beat Tennessee twice last year?
I think they sold the last game. But
they beat them at Jacksonville.
Houston wasn't the same team after the start of the year with the injuries. So some of this is just, and CJ wasn't the same player last year either because of the injuries to the offensive line. So I just don't think we should be going back and forth too much about the Titans and the Texans, because the Texans are just clearly a better football team than them.
I see the clearly a better football team thing to me. That's
so the problem. Okay, so just for context, they have a better quarterback, they have the better running game, they have the better tight end, they have a worse offensive line, they got a better defensive line,
better corners,
they got a better outside linebacker,
better safeties now.
They have better interior linebackers, they have better safeties, and they got better corners and better coach.
The only thing Tennessee might have is a better O-line, but we'll see what that look like this year.
1 second, fellas. Hold that thought. Got to get into one of the best segments right now.
Drop me off the screen right quick.
Yeah, all good.
All right.
Got top 5
comments of the week. Top 5 comments of the week, where we look at all the comments that are the top 5 comments from the week prior to talk about all the great things that are being said in the chat. And number 1 for top 5 comment of the week, we got Dumpster Juice 6088. Is this Bama's burner? And then run it up, fellas. Let's get this show as popping as the main panel. Now that's facts, man. Look, we're gonna be here every single week, twice a week at 8:30 to 10 on Wednesdays, and at 11 to 1 Eastern Standard Time on Sundays. It's gonna be a great opportunity. And y'all, when we get into the meat and potatoes of the season, y'all, it is about to go crazy. We're talking every single football game for the first part of the hour. We're going to talk about all the fantasy matchups to look out for during those games as well. We're going to have our own rankings that are made for you every single week that you can view and listen to and learn. And also, if you have your own ideas, you got things that you want to add to the show, make sure you leave us a super chat. That way we can add it to the list as well. So thank you, Dumpster Juice. Appreciate that first comment. All right. Second comment of the week, Don 31311. Great episode, fellas. Question: top 3 biggest what ifs in NFL history. What y'all think?
One, I think.
I got you. 1 is Bo Jackson.
Yeah, 2, we know 1 Bo Jackson. I wanted to go 2-1 though.
What if that was actually a catch? They should have gave it a catch, because they whooped Seattle in Seattle that year. And 3, what if Mahomes would have won that 3 in a row?
Top 3 biggest what ifs. Terrell Davis doesn't tear his ACL. For me, one of them, what does it become? Peyton Manning doesn't have the neck injury in 2011. How does that change the course history for the Colts and for the Broncos and just his legacy as a whole? And does he retire in 2015 or is he able to keep playing? And then the last one, besides the Bo Jackson one, Marcus Lattimore. If Marcus Lattimore doesn't tear his knee up versus Tennessee, I believe that he end up being an all-pro running back in the NFL.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Now I go Bo. I go if Calvin keeps playing, and then what's my last one? I think Bo, Calvin keep playing, and that's probably about it. Bo, Calvin keep playing, then maybe like you said, maybe if the Patriots win that 07, is that the greatest team of all time?
Yeah, that's crazy.
If they win the bowl, that is literally the greatest team of all time.
I think it's still like, I mean, they like the 2016 Warriors. So like,
what was their points per game average? Was it like 39 points a game?
Yeah, it was
something ridiculous, bro.
They was blowing folks out by the third quarter. They was
that's
sitting.
the second best offense ever.
Yeah,
they were sitting. Second best.
Yeah, number one is the Broncos.
I'm be honest with you. I know what the numbers look like as far as what Peyton did, but as a full team, I'm taking Randy, West, and Dante over them.
Here's the thing, though. You can say you taking them, but we talking about like what they did for offense. It's the 2013 Broncos, the best offense ever.
606 points that year. Wait, and then by the way, I got one.
Still 55 touchdowns, still untouched.
This is a deep cut. If Phil Robinson doesn't decide to go make duck calls at La Tech, we never hear Terry Bradshaw. Remember, Terry Bradshaw was the backup QB to Phil Robinson. The dude that started Duck Dynasty was the starting quarterback at La Tech. And he left to start his business, and that gave the room for Terry Bradshaw to become the starting quarterback. So,
what if Andrew Luck didn't retire?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I like that too.
What if they would have drafted an offensive line? That's really what it was. If they would have gave him the Cowboys offensive line.
What just got in the Hall of Fame this year? What if Sterling stays and gets some of that MVP Brett Favre?
Hell yeah.
Sterling get that MVP Brett Favre. That would have been nasty.
I was gonna bring it up because what's his name? Marley had brought it up, but my pops coach for the Giants after winning the Super Bowl, what if Plexico doesn't shoot himself and lit? So we could have went back to back.
Plexico is one of the man. Listen,
we could have went back to back. I'm not gonna lie to you. We could have went back to back. It is what it is.
Hey, what if yeah, man. So what if the Vikings kicker didn't miss the first field goal of the year? All right, next
I was about to say, imagine if they would have drafted Justin Jefferson over Jalen Rager, how bad everybody would be crying right now about the Eagles. Yeah. Oh my goodness.
I mean,
or the Bills teams, or the Bills teams hang left. If the Bills get at least one.
We got the next comment of the week from Sab Play ZK or ZX. Sab Play ZX. I'm happy to have a football pod. Now, I've been watching the panel for a while now, and I wanted a football version of it for the longest. I love both sports, but I'm into football slightly more and know the history stats better compared to basketball. Yeah, shout out to you, man. You know, like I said, we're going to build this up. We want this to be the NFL version of the panel in its own right. You know, we're going to have a constant cast and a crew up here to be with you every single week to talk through all the great stuff that's happened all NFL season. So can't wait to get to it. Thank you for that comment of the week. All right,
share this to a friend, man. We getting there. 750 people in the chat. Let's get this up to them panel numbers, man. We can do it, man. Football season almost upon us.
Tell a friend to tell a friend.
Yeah, our number's about to go crazy during the NFL season. We got Joshua Thomas 4075 Fire Show. It was getting nasty and real beautiful. Yeah, shout out to you, bro.
Facts.
And then we got, I think, last comment of the week. Joshua Thomas 4075, the best football show out. That's a fact.
Appreciate you, man. Appreciate y'all, boys.
You know what's an interesting week one game?
The
Pittsburgh Steelers and the New York Jets.
So I got the Steelers winning. That's an interesting game, though. I got the Steelers winning.
I just pray. I really in a different universe. Justin feels good in a different universe. Hopefully,
the game is in New York. The Steelers are a field goal favorite.
You take that by a landslide. If I'm a Pittsburgh Steelers fan, I'm taking my anger out on Justin Fields. I'm taking my anger out on you.
I forgot Justin Fields versus the Steelers. Aaron Rodgers versus the Jets.
Yep. Yeah. If I'm the Jets, I'm doing the same thing. This might be a low scoring game.
The Jets gonna win the game.
Oh,
Yeah,
no, not at all. Not at
I
all.
was probably gonna go to Jets. They got a better defense right now. I don't know.
Who got better defense?
I don't know.
You think Jets defense is better than the Steelers?
Slightly.
Oh, no, sir.
Aaron Glenn, first
Yep.
game head coach.
Mm-hmm.
Justin Fields, Garrett Wilson, Brees Hall.
Ugh. Ugh.
The Jets have never. The Jets defense was not the weakness of the team these past couple years.
But it wasn't the same after they let go Salah.
Not as good as when Robert Saleh was there. Agreed, 100% on that. This was a team that people for the past 2 years with Rodgers there, they had a team that was a borderline playoff team. Now you get a change in culture. You get a quarterback who I've been back and forth on, Justin Fields. And with Pittsburgh, you get the same thing. But Pittsburgh is a 3-point favorite on the road.
I still take Aaron Rodgers over what's the name? Over Justin any day of the week. I think the biggest pickup that you got to worry about in Pittsburgh is that I know we talk about Aaron Rodgers, but I don't think people understand how good Jonas Smith is. Like Jonas Smith is, man, he is really good at tight end. He's one of the better receiving tight ends in the league, and I think he's going to be a mismatch nightmare if Aaron Rodgers is at least 60% of himself.
Anybody else? Any thoughts on that week 1 matchup right there?
I think it's gonna be like a 24-21 type of game. It can go either way. I don't think the Steelers, but yeah, I'll probably say 24-21 type of game.
I'm kind of with you, OG. I'm kind of leaning towards the Jets. Aaron Glenn defense wasn't the weak point. Justin Fields kind of needed to be in a situation where the coach believed in him. I think Aaron Glenn does believe in him. You see what confidence can do with you. Look at Trey Lance in the Hall of Fame game. Granted, it was a preseason game, but still, though, you can just tell how quarterbacks play when people believe in them some sort of way, because that position is just more mental than anything. I feel like Aaron Glenn possibly will get the max up out of Justin Fields. And I feel like Justin Fields still got a lot of football left up in him.
I don't think
he
he shouldn't be slandered from me, Bama, for being in Chicago.
Right.
Like that shouldn't be a part of like his story. He was good last year with the Steelers. He just has to grow and continue to learn how to play the
Was
position.
he good? He held the offense back a little bit.
No, he did not.
Everybody know I'm a Justin Fields fan.
No, but he didn't. He really didn't, though. Like, he was good. If anything, people were mad that they put Russell Wilson in because they wanted a more contemporary style of quarterback play. But Justin was good.
But he wouldn't make big
player.
plays. He didn't make big plays. Like, he wouldn't throw it deep to George Pickens. As soon as Russell Wilson got in there, you seen Pickens' numbers go up. Like, he just didn't take no chances. He played too safe.
That Mike Tomlin knew to make the right call. And I think Wilson was the right call. Listen, I think Fields can, you know, you don't want to put too much on him, right? But if you play good defense, you run the football, you possess the clock, Justin Fields can win football games.
That is what the Steelers did last year. Go watch that Cowboys game. They were trying to give it to Justin Fields. He didn't want it. Like, that's what they did last year with the Steelers. They would literally get takeaways. They literally, even their first game versus Falcons, they were trying to literally help this ball as much as possible. The running game was clicking with Najee Harris and Ward. And then you had the defense was elite the first couple games. I watched too many times where they were literally getting the ball, getting turnovers, takeovers inside the 50. He couldn't get a first down someplace. And everybody know here, I'm a real Justin Fields fan. I'm rooting for that boy. But man, I watched him, like, what the Jets are trying to do for him is exactly the same thing the Steelers did, and he held him back. He literally held him back. And here's the thing:
he had the same
Garrett
QBR
Wilson
last year
did
as
not
Russell
be
Wilson.
George Pickens. It's easy to throw to a George Pickens only because of the simple fact that I feel like he's a bigger target. But I don't think
Russell Wilson held him out.
Yeah, I think we should just let. Yeah, I think we should.
I think Russell Wilson held him back, and he. Come on, we're not about to lie for Justin Fields again in 2025. The brother,
we not, bro. Thank you, bro. Frank, you know I was going with Justin Fields.
Not good.
I just feel like he just hasn't fully got a fair shot.
Neither one of them were great. They were both the same level of mid last year for the Steelers. Both of them. No, they factually were. I'm looking after all the numbers.
Looking at the numbers.
But Russell took more chances.
Yeah,
like,
because Russ was given the opportunity to open up the offense as a passer more. But dude, like, he played 6 games last year. He had but like, it wasn't just that though. Like, I watched the Steelers last year. I'm saying that, like, Steelers fans were also frustrated with Russ for the whole season outside of the first 3 games, because Russ has that magical start, and everybody's like, oh, look at Russ, and then they were frustrated with him for the rest of the year because of how he was playing. He sucked situationally, and they
Well,
were just the same.
But how many games
was-
is it play? About seven, 8 games.
That
How
wasn't
many
just-
passes did he throw over 25 yards?
That wasn't just Russ though. That wasn't just Russ though.
No, but
Because they had
a big component of
their
that,
best
too.
weapon on their team. What's her name? Got hurt. Like, and their team is not that good.
Russ wasn't good either last year, though.
You said the Broncos.
He was better than Justin Fields.
Hold on. Time out. The Broncos.
No, they were both mid. They were both
In
mid.
Denver, he was legitimately doo-doo. Like, he was doo-doo.
No, but he wasn't good last year for the Steelers either. He made the Pro Bowl off that nonsense.
I think he was all right for the Steelers.
But I'm saying they were both mid though. Like, you don't get to have a 51 QBR and a 50 QBR and say one was like better than you, much better than the other one.
So
They're both mid last year.
So in his midness, would you bring Malik Neighbors down your wide receiver rankings?
No, because I said he's
Hell no.
much better than what they.
with Tommy DeVito.
Yeah, that's what I said earlier. He's much better than what they had. They will be a better offense because of Russ.
And I expect Jackson Dart to be starting by week 6 anyway. And I think I believe in him.
Not even Jackson Dart, Jameis
What about
Winston,
Jameis?
and then Malik Neighbors.
Hey, Jameis got Jerry Judy looking legit. Jameis gonna get Jerry Judy paid.
Ain't none of them quarterbacks playing this year for the Giants, bro.
You think it's gonna be rough?
Yeah, it's gonna be Jameis about to be Jameis on the sideline. Jackson Dart about to look cool on the sideline. Russell Wilson gonna play majority. The only time Russ will probably be hurt unless he starts playing like 2022 Denver Russ.
No, he's gonna start doing what he did the same. He did it last year, y'all. He did the
No,
same
he did
thing.
not. No, he did not.
Steelers fans wanted him. They wanted him out of the lineup by week 12, y'all.
I don't lie. This what I see what Swiper saying.
Here.
Russell will give you like the first 7 to 8 games,
He was nowhere
looking pretty
near
good,
the Russell
but then he
Wilson.
craps out towards like game 9, 10. He starts to like his arms start to get weaker.
Despite this, the New York Giant team, you was ready to. You said it was.
Yeah, they're better. I said they were going to beat the Cowboys. That's what I said.
You said you're gonna
Will they go over there and win
The
total?
Especially Micah Parsons didn't put about to get
start.
started.
I said the Cowboys were losing to them.
Will they go over there and win total?
They might beat them, but better. I don't know about that one.
New York Giants win total.
What is it?
Let me pull it up for you right now.
You talking about OG? You talking about
Giants
quarterback
have
away? I think the Giants are quarterback away.
The Giants are a top 5 pick this year. They're gonna get smacked. Their schedule, they have the hardest schedule in the league.
They still need an O line too.
No, they will have another top 5 pick this
4.5. The win total. You got 5.5 at even money.
I think they win 6 games.
I'm taking 5.5. I'm
I
taking
think
that. I'm
they
putting
win
a stack on that. Give me 6 games.
5.5. The Giants.
I'll put a stack on
5.5.
that.
I think they win 6 games, Swiper.
Give me a 6 game. Put a stack on that. I'll put a stack on that. That's clean money. They got 6 on the Swiper. They got 6.
That D line alone got them.
Yeah,
Bro,
Dexter Lawrence got 6.
No,
and
not
you see
even
what
Dexter
Abdul Carter
Lawrence.
look like?
Abdul Carter. Oh my goodness. Oh,
He ain't getting Lawrence Taylor number, but
hey, I ain't gonna lie. After seeing him in training camp, they probably should have gave his ass 56.
No,
I ain't gonna
Nah,
lie.
all right.
Blasphemy, like
Man,
I
don't
always
like
blaspheme.
that.
I'm not gonna let y'all blaspheme
All
Jerry
right.
Rice and Lawrence Taylor in the
Look,
same.
I'm not
Remember,
blessed.
That's like saying give Chris Brown Michael Jackson's gloves. Don't do that. Don't do that.
Demo, you got to think though.
Don't
Two
do
things in
that.
training is either if a person going crazy in training camp is either he really that dude or that team that ass. Because literally,
that's all.
in
Trey,
2020
you an ex-Giant. Do they still have Thibodeau, Burns, and now Abdul Carter?
I mean, I've been
Yeah,
hearing.
God,
I've been hearing as a part-time Giants fan because my pop's now with the Bucks. I've been hearing when my dad was the coach on the Giants. Oh, we got the best D line in the league. This and that.
They had one. They had it last year.
Is it NASCAR again? Is it
You
NASCAR
still
again?
got to put up points, bro. The D line don't matter. At this
Wait, hold on.
You getting a Bill
Trey,
Carter?
D-line will dominate, but if a D-line dominates, that's a
y'all,
lot of.
We
Why
have
are-
to
short
why are the
field.
Giants-
You gotta
Why
win
is
the
the
game.
Giants offense not better next year?
You said what?
Why would the Giants offense not be better next year?
Oh, that's what. No, it is. It is. But I think that just because how their schedule is and how their schedule is insane.
Let me see the schedule because you
Their schedule is
They play the Commanders and they
the
play
NFC
Washington. They play Kansas City and they play the Chargers in the first 4.
Yeah,
I
the
think they're
NFC
1 and 3.
Say that one more time.
The NFC East plays the AFC West and the NFC North. The NFC East teams have the toughest schedules this year.
Yeah.
They got to play the 2 best divisions in football.
They beat the Saints. They beat at least. I think they beat at least the Commander. I think they not the Eagles. They lose
not
Eagles
beating
twice, but they get at least one game versus Commanders and the Cowboys.
Yeah, they can. They can. Beat
They beat the Saints.
They'll beat
Okay.
the Commanders.
I think they can beat the Patriots or the Bears.
They're not.
They're not beating the Patriots.
They can beat the Raiders too. I got 6 games.
I don't think they beat the Bears either. So
You sure? I got 6 games.
I don't think.
I say they're
If that
5-win
Bears
team.
O-line looks anything like last year, they win that game.
The best five, and the best 5 and 12 defensive line in football.
That's what I'm saying. Like, it's gonna be nice. We're gonna have a top D line, still a top 5 pick in the draft. So that shit don't even matter.
I still think they're beating the Cowboys week 2.
Ain't
I don't
no,
know.
Trent, it's not we.
This is a
It's
bunch
they.
of yapping
Trent,
about stuff.
that you a
that
buck.
ain't got nothing to do with nothing. They beat the Cowboys week 2.
I told you I'm part-time.
But it's not we. It's they. You bucks.
I told you I'm part-time.
You
I've been
big.
Johnson my whole life.
And
Look
if
at-
OG,
look at your hat,
OG,
you
if you
baker.
right what you said from the beginning, bet against the Niners. Yeah, I think they probably get 6 wins if they beat the Niners.
They
don't beat the Niners,
the 49ers gonna dog walk the Giants. Are we serious?
Give me one Cowboys, one Commander. Give me Saints, Raiders. Give me Pats. I don't know what you're talking about, OG. I'm going with Pats. I think they're gonna beat the Pats one time. And then give me I think Bears. I think that's a 6 right there.
I think he beating the Bears. I ain't gonna lie, early by week 3. You not saying they beating the Bears? I'm not gonna lie.
I ain't gonna lie, they might be the Vikings. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Then how they gonna beat the Vikings? The Vikings
Ooh,
will
I
probably
don't know.
the Vikings will probably represent the NFC in the Super Bowl this year.
No, they
You know,
what?
what?
I ain't gonna
lie. That O line, look at what they did versus the Rams last year. The way that Giants D line play on bully.
the
Hey,
Vikings
look, you
now-
don't want a full season of Dexter Lawrence. I know that much. I know that much.
You have
You give Dexter Lawrence a full season, it might get nasty over there.
you got Brian Flores, maybe the best defensive coordinator in the NFL. His schemes,
Kevin O'Connor might be top 3.
His schemes destroy other quarterbacks every week. You got one of the better coaches of the quarterback in Kevin O'Connell. Right?
Watch this.
You got Jordan Addison. You got Justin Jefferson. And I am a believer in JJ McCarthy.
Yeah, you're tripping.
JJ McCarthy.
That's what you're tripping at. That's what you're tripping.
He's not tripping because JJ McCarthy's he was a y'all be hating on JJ McCarthy. But
They
you
say he
saying
look terrible
all
on
that-
camp. You look terrible on camp.
you saying all that OG and they're still like not even close, not even the same realm. Like, they shouldn't be of the Philadelphia Eagles.
They won 14 games last year. They won
It don't
15
matter.
games last year.
Man,
Doesn't
stop
matter.
it. Please stop it.
Doesn't matter.
Did you watch the playoffs?
Team wise, all that shit you saying sounds amazing. They're still nowhere near in the same vicinity as the Philadelphia Eagles. The Eagles
Who's the pass rusher over there?
Look,
Who's the pass rusher over there?
I think we
Daniel Hunter and my
Philly
boy
is
from
gonna-
Alabama.
Philly is going to represent the
Turner.
NFC. Philly is going to represent the NFC.
No, not Daniel Hunter, but
Unless
Dallas Turner.
something drastically happens, they're going to represent the NFC.
Philly might not lose 2 games this year.
Andrew
Philly might not
Van
lose
Ginkel.
2 games this year.
They play one of the toughest schedules in the league. Also, they are an NFC East team. They still got to play Minnesota during the year. They still got to play Detroit during the year. They still got to play Green Bay.
But OG, what's tough for the Eagles? What's tough?
What's tough for the Eagles?
What's tough?
This is not the 80s. This is not the 86 Bears, the Philadelphia Eagles. You do understand that, right?
They're better than the 86 Bears as a whole
Better
team.
than the 86 Bears.
Yeah,
This is
definitely
As
better
a
than
whole
85
team, OG,
Bears.
what you talking about?
They are
Top
way
5 in
too
everything.
good.
Top 5
This is
D
way
lines,
too good.
top 5
Put together.
corners, top 5. What are we doing?
This is, bro. And then I look bad when I start.
86 Bears had no offense neither.
There's no way we saying the 85 Bears better than the Philadelphia Eagles in 2020.
Stop it, bro. Stop it. We're not doing just defense. You can't win like that in today's game.
I wish a 5-2 base defense played a 2025 NFL team. I ain't gonna lie.
And get
I
the
wish.
doors blown off of them.
Philly will beat them by 30.
This 85 Bears.
They run a 5-2 base defense. They're getting smoked by 30.
Yeah, hey, watch this. Who smoked them that year, OG? Who smoked them that year?
A team
Who
who can
smoked
throw
them
the
that
ball and then
Who smoked them that year, OG?
The
Remember?
Dolphins.
Oh, okay.
The Dolphins would have
Okay.
lost. Monday Night
Okay.
Football.
Okay. What you think AJ Green and Devontae Smith look like in
AJ Brown.
86? They couldn't stop them niggas with Dan Marino. What you think
So
they
you
look
think
like?
the Philadelphia Eagles that just won the Super Bowl are the best football team ever?
They might be top 3 all
The
time.
Philadelphia Eagles that just won the Super Bowl, they are easily a top 3 NFL team ever, period.
I hate to say it, they get smoked by them Seattle teams.
No, they don't.
What Seattle team?
Legion of Boom?
What Seattle team?
Legion,
They don't get
yes, the
smoked. They
Legion
don't
of
get
Boom.
smoked.
They
They
get
don't.
smoked by the Legion.
I think what y'all don't count
Also
is
that year,
you don't
with the
push
Broncos,
Philly around.
no fly zone.
Offensively, you can't push
No
Philly
fly
O-line
zone.
around.
They get
They
smoked by the
bully
Legion
shit.
of Boom. They get smoked by no fly zone.
Huh?
You're tripping.
Offense,
Stop,
not
stop,
offense that
stop.
year.
Talking
Defense,
about-
yeah, not the
Control.
offense that year.
That no flop. If Cam Newton had any type of good, more weapons and a decent O-line, that game would be way better than what it looks like on paper. So
What?
let's not do the no flop.
If Swampy, you heard what he said. If you gave if Kelvin
No, I'm
Benjamin
not.
and Devin
I'm-
Funches don't
Kelvin-
get
Kelvin-
hurt, that game look way
the
different.
only team
Yeah,
I
I
would
mean,
hear that,
respect to
that
you.
won the
Devin
Super
Funches
Bowl-
played in that game, about you.
the only
by the way.
teams I'm
But
hearing that
He
won
was
the Super Bowl
banged up though.
So the Bama, so the only teams I'm hearing that has ever won a Super Bowl that I would hear you out is the 2020 Bucks. I would hear you out on Legion of Boom, even though I don't think they're better.
And 2007 Patriots.
They didn't win a Super Bowl. I'm saying like Super Bowl.
Oh, you talking about one Super Bowl? Okay.
What's his name? Outside of that, Bama.
You got to go like 80 something, 90 something 49ers.
I'm not hearing nobody. I'm not gonna lie to you.
What was the year the Patriots won the Super Bowl with Darrell Reeves and them? Was that?
No, they don't. I think it's like 18. I'm not hearing.
They beat them. Stop it.
18. I'm not. That Eagles team for like you literally have.
What y'all understand? The Eagles O-line is moving a lot of niggas around. You're not about to bully the Eagles O-line the way a lot of them teams did.
You're not going to bully Vince Wilfork either, though.
You got one of the best running backs ever, Saquon Barkley, like literally ever. You have an elite O-line, elite defense, Queen Mitchell, Jalen Carter.
Top 10 tight end, top 5 receiver.
2012 Ravens.
Stop it.
Ray Lewis and them.
Stop it.
That's nostalgia. That's nostalgia.
Yeah, that's literally
2001.
That's 07 Giants. They got hot at the right time.
In the chat, y'all
01 Ravens.
In the chat, if y'all name any team from the 90s and 80s, yeah,
I'm sure. Stop it.
Reed, we got a couple super chats read before the show goes out, by the way.
Oh yeah, for sure. Let me knock these out real quick.
92 Cowboys.
Eric Espinoza, appreciate the $10.
You want to need that offense.
The Cowboys will break him off regardless because it's all about leverage, in my opinion. I don't agree on how the Joneses do business, but they've been this way even going back to Emmitt Smith in 1993. That's when we was talking about Micah Parsons' contract. How you feel about this, OG? Because you're the true Cowboys fan right now. So
well, we know Emmitt had a good line, so that's why they will.
They're gonna get the deal. They'll get the deal done. He'll go on to the field in week 1 as the highest paid non-quarterback in NFL history. That's how Jerry does.
Stand on your ground. Please stand on business, Micah Parsons. Say don't take no check. I don't care if it's $45 million a year. Don't take no check for them niggas. Stand on your ground. We done. I don't want to talk no more. Get me out of here.
Why are you so upset about the Dallas Cowboys?
I want to go to Buffalo.
Well,
Because I'm gonna lie, I can't like Micah Parsons if you play for the Cowboys. Once he moved to another team, conversation's gonna change about him.
What about the Dallas Cowboys hurt you?
I think honestly, I can't say this on this type of platform, but boy, one day Jerry Jones would just ride into the sunset, and then they might look legit, or they might get back to where they need to be. But I'm gonna be honest with you, I think the way they do business over there is really bad. I think that you even waiting on paying Micah Parsons is crazy, but you didn't wait on paying Tony Romo. Like I just don't understand.
No. There's a video circulating right now where Tony Romo says that Jerry Jones and Bill Parcells brought him in the room. He was as most intimidated as he ever been in his life. And they told him, you're not going to be able to play unless you sign this deal right now without your agent. The same exact thing happened to Tony Romo. So this is
we talking about second time. I'm talking about second time. I'm talking about first
time. This is how they play. This is what the Dallas Cowboys have done forever. It's not just Micah Parsons. They've done it with Des Bryant talks about it. CeeDee Lamb spoke about it. Dak Prescott didn't sign the contract till Sunday morning of week 1 last year. But he got the contract. This is just what Jerry does. He's old school. He's stuck in his ways. But
I think Micah is where the buck stop. I think Micah will say, "Y'all got me. I'm not me. I'm not going like that." I think
he'll be on the field. We're in a Dallas Cowboys star.
All right.
Are you a Dallas Cowboys fan?
Yes.
Yeah, you hope so. That's what it is. You hope so. You pray so.
Okay, keep it moving. With the $5. Watch the last episode and y'all gave Geno Atkins no love. Hall of Famer also. AJ Green was the best third receiver during the AB and Julio era.
Maybe in Madden, can't be real life. Can't be real life.
So that would have been 2011.
It might be in Madden.
What we talking about? What we talking about?
He said
so
AJ Green was the third
receiver. So there's a couple of them there. Geno Atkins was a part.
I ain't gonna lie, he was top 5 when his first couple years.
Boy.
He might have been top 5.
Yeah, Geno Atkins was a part of that era, but then Chad Johnson, he's saying that he was the third best of the 2011 beyond era. So that would have been Julio, Calvin, AB, Larry Fitz, Demarius, Des Bryant, and
Demarius is premature.
the rest of them.
I'm about to say by then, like I think the first 3. Y'all understand that boy ran up like 8,000 yards. His first season, 8,000 yards.
Wait, hold on. Wait, time out. One at a time. What you
we're getting up on 1 o'clock, and we can carry this to the next one because I love Demarius Thomas, but that was 2 good seasons. Demarius Thomas was elite for a couple of seasons. He was not as a consistency those other players.
He was OG for 2, 4. He had like 5. He had a 5-year stretch where He was like, he had 4 straight seasons of 14, 14, 16, 1,300. What 2 years?
Demaryius Thomas.
Yeah.
How many
Alrighty.
seasons?
And he was a yak demon.
Yeah.
But he's not Antonio Brown.
He don't got to
a
be.
top
Neither
5 to
AJ
7
Green.
corner in his era.
Neither is AJ Green. AJ
No, I said he was.
AJ Green was really
Well,
AJ.
Because we only got like a minute
Go ahead,
left.
y'all. My bad.
Almighty
AJ was
Almighty-
good though. He was good though. Don't do that.
Almighty Scambo W profile pick that boy Gribjow. 2023, 2024, Jalen Hurts had 4,400 total yards with the 30th ranked defense, 38 total TDs, 3 fourth quarter comebacks, and terrible play calling. Casual take.
I ain't gonna lie, you're not getting me with the tush pushes, dog. Please get that. Stop. That's just not scared. Get that guy out of here. Y'all always do the total TDs because them tush pushes. Please stop it. He ain't Cam. He ain't do what Cam did.
Oh, y'all talked about the Cam Hurts situation?
Yeah.
Yeah, but we'll be back here on Wednesday, Corey, to wrap up a lot of this stuff.
Yeah, make sure that we got
the NFL.
all the super chats out the way. I want to thank everybody for stopping through, swinging through. Thank everybody also for the support on social media and right here in the comments. If we can't get the draft done on Wednesday night, try to get the draft done sometime before the middle of the month. We'll do a live draft right here, get you ready to rock and rolling as we count down to the start of the season for the whole crew. Corey Parsons, the fantasy exec.
Before we go, just speaking on that draft,
It's a money league.
we need 5 people, right? We need 5 people to
We
join.
ain't doing it like this.
Follow
Follow
Player's Choice.
Mm-hmm.
DM Ron.
Oh,
let
yeah.
him know.
Okay.
Let him know. And we go select y'all
Show
from the
proof.
pool.
Show proof.
Show
that
proof. You
play.
got to show
we're
us
not doing
proof.
that. Not
You
doing
got to
that.
like, comment, show the proof, tag us on
Mhm.
Instagram, follow Ron, DM him. We're gonna have 5 spots open for the comment section. It's 856 people in here. So you could be one of the lucky 5 members. And I think the winner probably gets some type of PC merch. We're gonna figure out what the winner gonna get, but it's gonna be a reward involved. But like I said, you gotta like, comment, subscribe for the podcast. Follow us on Instagram, TikTok, as all platforms. Matter of fact, Twitter. Follow Ron and DM him. Listen to what I'm saying. This guy right here, Gumby, Sister Patterson. Follow her, follow him, DM him, and let us know.
All right, there you go. There go the rules of engagement right there. See you Wednesday night. We out. Don't forget, tell a friend, tell a friend.
That's right.